Wow.
Hey, fellas. Happy Tuesday.
But still pressing.
I didn't know this was going on until like an hour ago. That's not true. It was like halfway through the day. But it was later than you would think.
Here we go. Oh, not quite.
Hi, everybody.
Ultra on the table. He's going to have to do this the hard way. The big
Sorry,
Izzy. He's going to try and timer scam it out. Will he get the punish? Oh, he got it. He got it. Got him. Snake eyes.
So, I don't know if you guys know this, but every year now they said that they were going to have a throwback tournament to like an old favorite. And what game is older than Melee? Or Brawl? Or Project M? Project Plus, right? Been a while since we had a tournament for that. You know what I'm saying? It might happen. Who knows? Thank you, Reggie. Thank you, Amos. Get some Project Plus at EVO. You know what I mean? Rewarding the hard-working underground scene. That'd be awesome. Thanks for the claims, everybody. Congrats on the free subs.
Wow, Pandidago.
So, today's EVO announcements, and then we got some movies. I might watch that Japan baseball movie today. That sounds like a good idea. I think that'd be fun. I think I would like that. I wonder how many of the games I'm going to be able to recognize, because what always happens to me... I'll hit the subscribe button. What always happens to me is I know Street Fighter, and I know Tekken, and I know Strive, and then there's like 5 games that look like this. And I'm not trying to be an asshole. It just, to me, this, Eunice... I know this is Blaze Blue, because I know Litchi. She's the booby lady, I think. Yeah, and I'm not saying that for me. I'm saying they call her that in the game, just to be clear. But there's like Eunice and Under Night and all that stuff. It's just not, you know. They all look the same to me. You play Smash, you have no right to trash talk to anything else. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if Smash is bottom of the barrel. Where were you yesterday? Where were you yesterday? I streamed. Were you not here? I was live yesterday. You guys remember yesterday's stream? Oh, I can't believe they let me get away with that. I hope nobody clipped it. Hope nobody clipped it. I can't believe I'm still on Twitch today. I thought I'd be gone. That was a wacky stream. I love that one part. Yeah, me too. That was my favorite part. That thing you're talking about. That was really good. Have you seen the Steam charts for them fighting herds? No.
Tournament set! Tournament set! What is this grand final? Dogra taking massive damage from that.
Yeah?
It's a shootout. It's
9?
Great, Jumpy.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I thought there would be like a big surprise there. I thought it'd be like 3,000 or something.
He takes away both of his health with the base rate.
I thought this game like super popped.
He's done it. Galileo's done it.
New peak though, yeah, 2 minutes ago. I remember when someone said they wanted to see it at EVO. Oh really? Who was that someone? I remember when they were developing that game, and I think there were real ponies at first. It was called Fighting is Magic, and Hasbro was like, "Stop that shit." And then they're like, "Okay," and then they made fake ponies.
Yep, there it is. I know. Was that a media?
What is Birdie's deal? I don't get what kind of character he is. Every time I watch him, he's just throwing trash. Skull horse? Skull ponies? Yeah. Thank you, Lumi. He's fat and gross, bat chest. Okay. Fat, gross British man. Oh, he is a donut, like in the game. Yeah.
Oh, he's eating donuts.
Yeah.
Donuts at EVO.
Because he does donuts in the game. No, yeah, that makes sense. Sure. I love this guy. I love Lomajin. I can't tell what the fuck King is doing ever. Dude, I keep seeing clips of that death cradle. Is that what it's called? Where he just rolls on the ground with you? What the fuck is that move? Can you mash out of that? Like, rolling death cradle. What is that? It's a 2 break. What's a 2 break? I saw something with 1 breaks and 2 breaks. Mash 2. So is it only 1 and 2? You just have to mash 1 or 2? or 1 and 2. Some of them I saw were both. This game is so stupid. Tekken, I think, is very much leaning into the silliness. And part of me worries, like, can you come back from that? If you keep leaning into sillier and sillier things, eventually you're going to be Saints Row. And then you have to be like, guys, come back. Okay, we're done playing. No more jokes, no more silliness, and then nobody buys your game. Like, Tekken 9 might be mad serious. I've never seen the actual footage from that angle. He looks like a toddler at the dinner table. He's just like... There's something about this pose. The arms are out. We got to get him like a pad.
We are halfway
It's a
to
good clip.
EVO 2024, and what better way to celebrate than by looking back to last year? EVO 2023 played host to a myriad
I
of
heard they have a new venue. Ooh.
And
I
what
wanna see
better
what it
way
is.
to celebrate them all than by
Thanks,
forcing
Perks.
them to compete with one another in a top 10 list for your favorite video platform?
It's
I'm
in the
Esteban
title?
from EVO,
Yeah, that's where I
FGC,
heard it.
and these
A
are the
venue
top
change.
10
That's where I-
moments of EVO
that's where I heard it from.
2023. Number 10, Sven's blindfolded win. It's
What
difficult
happened
enough win in
to
Street Fighter
Mandalay?
6 with the level of
I think
competition
Mandalay
these
is
days,
just-
and it's even harder when
I don't
you
know if
can't
it's too
exactly see
small.
the screen. During round 1
I think they
pools
were
for Street
packed
Fighter
to the
6,
gills
viewers were
at
introduced
this
to blind
this
warrior
year
Sven,
because
a
the
player who
arena
unfortunately
seating
lost their
is
eyesight
like
at the age of 6 due to cancer.
coveted now.
Despite
Like it's
that,
hard to get
Sven has had
into
a
Sunday
solid
Arena,
career in fighting
which is
games and was
crazy,
able to
right?
demonstrate their prowess against Big Turtle
Um,
Pancake on stream.
Yo, the cross up in the corner this time.
This is the only thing keeping me through the
Damn,
Tekken servers
crowd
going down tonight.
exploded,
Wait, are they going
by the
down?
way,
Why?
As soon as that round got won.
With some audio adjustments made before the match,
Is it that big
Sven
now?
was able to use
I'm
several
pretty
audio cues to
sure,
defeat their
if I'm not
opponent and
mistaken,
start off
oh,
their
they're
EVO
patching
run
it?
strong.
Okay.
Oh, it is burnout. Choose a different
Already?
big
I guess
problem,
I'm
and he
used to
gets the
Street Fighter
headbutt
where
on
they're
the
like, yeah, no
comeback.
patches for a year.
Sven cleaning
I heard
the
that
setup over Pancake
Jack
2-1.
and
Number
King,
9.
not
It's
Jack.
Marvel,
Well,
baby.
yeah, Jack.
EVO
Jack,
2023
King,
was the introduction of the
and
Throwback Tournament, which, if you're not aware, is a
Victor
rotating spot on the
are
features
problems.
games list dedicated to older fighting game titles. And what better way to introduce the format
Victor's
than by bringing
throws.
back Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom?
I could have made a
lineup
joke with
6
Jack
years
King,
after
right?
its last appearance. Marvel
I
3
missed
returned
it.
with a
blew
vengeance
it.
too, driving over 1,000.
Yeah, Victor's throws, I read something about his throws being faster, which is weird because when I played, I didn't know Tekken throws worked like that.
Live Marvel.
So I was
Here's
playing it
to
and I was
12 more
like,
years.
damn, this
Number
sucks.
8, EVO breaks attendance.
These throws are
records.
awful.
There were a lot of folks at EVO 2023. Like a lot. Like a record-breaking amount of you. Let's run through the numbers real quick. Street Fighter
Yeah,
6
the
had
Sunday finals
7,083
was
entrants this year,
packed.
breaking the franchise record for entrants
Like, people
set
were
by Street Fighter
scalping
5
tickets.
in 2016. Guilty Gear
Um,
Strive also set a new franchise
I don't
record with
know if,
2,474 entrants.
they're
along
gonna
with
hit that
Ultimate
again this
Marvel
year,
vs.
though, 'cause it's
Capcom
not
3
Street
set a
Fighter
new franchise
again,
record
you know
of
what I mean?
1,355
They don't have
players.
Street
All of
Fighter,
this
they have
leads
Tekken,
EVO
but
2023 to a record-breaking
I don't know.
11,064 competitors and tens
Bayo
of
Face
thousands
Off
of
should have gotten on
spectators.
this list.
So thanks to all those who were able to show up.
You think
and help
that's just
make
gonna get
history.
removed
Here's a
from the
trophy
history
just for
books?
you. Stick it on your fridge and brag to all your
It was
friends
a
about
side
your
game. Who
record-setting
gives a
summit.
shit?
Number 7.
Nobody's gonna care.
EVO receives key to the city. There were several
You
announcements
should make
made
predictions
during
for
EVO
the
weekend.
games.
A new
It's just
Under Night
gonna be the
game,
normal,
Teenage
you
Mutant
know,
Ninja Turtles coming to Street
Street
Fighter,
Fighter-
new characters
Street
for
Fighter,
Tekken 8,
Strive,
and even an
Tekken,
early look at Garou, City of the Wolves.
a
But
KOF,
EVO itself had a few surprises
anime
of
game
their
I've
own,
never heard of,
one of which involved
and
bringing
the
founders Tom
secret
and
game,
Tony Cannon to the stage for a
the
special
throwback game is
presentation.
Melee. Done.
On behalf of
Oh yeah,
Clark
new Mortal
County,
Kombat.
the
Well, maybe
sports
not.
capital of the world.
Maybe not. I don't know.
We have the Super Bowl.
I've heard
down
a
the
lot
road.
of
We have
doomers
F1
talking
up
about
the road.
Mortal Kombat
We
being
have
like
every
that
other
good.
sport.
No
but
ult?
EVO is the most
Oh my god, I used to have
important
that
sport
watch.
we
At least
have.
that face. That's
Not
a
bad
great
for a tournament that got its start in local arcades, huh? Number 6, Leffen wins
Multiverses.
Strive's second year at EVO saw
Dude,
many new
wait.
and returning faces compete for
I
the crown,
forgot.
including Leffen, who made his second appearance in the Guilty Gear Strive fight.
True.
His road to victory wasn't an easy one, as he had to battle
Dude,
through a
I
tough
saw
group
Rivals
of
players
competitors,
are
including Tiorara,
pissed
Daryl
about
Eno,
Genesis
and
this year.
Nubenheim. And
I
sure,
didn't
many folks will
understand it at
say,
first,
but he's playing Happy
but
Chaos. Isn't he
I
kind of
kinda
carried
read
by his
up about it a
character?
little
And
bit.
to that,
They're
I
so
say we
mad.
look to the wise
I mean, I
words of
kind of
one
get it. So in
Sanford
case you
Kelly.
guys don't know, hold on.
Chaos
I'm going to
may be
run ads
strong,
now
but so
because
is
it's
Leffen,
3
as
minutes
he
of ads and the
stomped
show
everyone
starts
along his
in
finals run,
4
dropping
minutes.
only one game and becoming
So ads right
EVO's
now,
first and
if you want to hear
only
me talk
champion
about
to
Rivals
win both
drama,
Smash Brothers
subscribe.
Melee
If you don't
and
care,
Guilty Gear
you
Strive.
shouldn't.
Number
Don't
5,
subscribe.
Arslan
Subscribe later.
repeats in
Okay, 1
Vegas.
second.
There are certain
Be right
facts in life. The sky is blue, cats are better than dogs.
Apparently Rivals is pissed off because at Genesis, they have the Rivals Finals every year on Sunday, which is like, you know, the top 8. It's like a big deal. It's like the end to their circuit. It's like their actual finals. And apparently this year, they're having the top 8 on Saturday instead of Sunday because they're having a top 8 for Rivals 2, which is the tournament, the actual tournament that is free to enter because they're trying to push the new game. So apparently, a lot of Rivals players are upset. I saw a few people say that, you know, it was their dream to get on that stage, and they've been working at it forever, and this might be their event. And, like, respectfully, without being an asshole, you've had time, man. Like, straight up. I gotta... Oh, no! I've had 9 years to get on the Genesis stage. This was my year. Like, maybe I'm being rude. Maybe there's something about it. I don't know. Just, like, you've had the years. Let's move on. Right? Maybe there's something more to it that I don't know. I just think it's, you know, we're 9 years in. Let's move forward. Could you imagine if a top Street Fighter V player that couldn't move on, what's the best example? Who is good at 5 but not 4? Or 5 but not 6? Smug doesn't really have a character, right? Punko? I don't know anything about these games. Punk? Shut up. Kami? Imagine if they were pissed off. No, hey, hold 5 one more time. I just need one more top 8. Idom? Oh, that's true. It is Idom, isn't it? Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's sad. Man.
And then Nicholas in a nail-biter of a grand final.
A lot of Xrd players with Strive. Really? Is it that different? Does that happen a lot in fighting games where, like, a character gets left behind and then somebody is just shit out of luck? Damn, that's sad. That's why you gotta play Ken. You should play Ken in every game. If you play some weird shit, you might not come back.
Number 2.
Then you might just die. King will always be in Tekken. DDD players when Smash 4 dropped. No, my character was still in the game. He was just an imposter. My character was just like a body snatcher version of DDD. I don't know who that was, but it's not DDD. It's some kind of usurper that's wearing his skin. It's not the same guy. Very sad.
That multi-game mastery was on
that was different.
At EVO 2023 as Jimmy tore through Melty Blood's top 6.
No Waddle Dees, no nothing? You don't do bear? Don't do down air? You ain't got back throw? No nothing? Did you see the Liza P. Wolong collab? No. Is Wolong that other Bloodborne type game?
Our first Street Fighter 6 champion. Closing out Finals Day on Sunday was none other than Street Fighter 6, making its EVO debut.
This Finals was
the field of
so
7,083 players now are down to our 6 finalists, and a who's who of Street Fighter's heavy hitters, including the aforementioned Kakeru and
all
Tokido,
the other, I
Punk.
gotta be honest, all the other top 6s, bad. Not fun to watch. This one, magic. Worth the price of admission. This top 6 was so good.
Celebration, except
the other top 6s were so lame. Because they're all just like mirrors. It's the same team over and over, same people. Chances of melee return, 100%. And Chipotle's back! Yes! Yes! Dude, if I'm Chipotle...
You need some extra guac with that?
Hey man, you want extra guac?
Oh, should I go up? We're gonna have subtitles, for sure. I'll go up a bit.
Do you need some extra?
Hell yeah, I'd love extra guac.
Welcome back, everybody.
Dude, Chipotle got their marketing dollars and then some. If I'm Chipotle, I am so, like, literally, they were so embraced by the community. That is such a win for them. They really should have. Like, that should be a beacon to other people. Like, just listen, this group is so indebted to people with insane amounts of money. Just if you have a good product, just please shill it. We'll shill anything. We don't give a shit. Please. You get what I'm saying?
Boys, got it.
Ready to shill milk, bro. I was gonna be drinking chocolate milk every day. For every meal. I was so ready.
It would be mad funny if there's been audio the whole time, just not in our heads. Yeah. That's
Papa
right.
John's.
Imagine, that's right. Yeah, that's how it sounds.
Papa John's had a little bit more controversy, let's say. That made some people uncomfortable for good reason. I was about to bathe in milk for a little bit. Dude, okay, NDA. So for the milk sponsorship, they told us specifically not to use it in gross ways. They said don't pour it on people. You have to drink it. You have to talk about it like a performance drink. They made it very clear, we can't chug a gallon of milk. You're not allowed to do that.
To the EVO 2024
who
announcement
won't
show.
vomit.
I'm Vicious. He's Majin
I had
Obama,
some gross
and if
ideas,
you haven't
my
guessed
bad.
it, EVO 2024 is once again presented by Chipotle.
Yeah, what's going on, man? So EVO 2023 was incredible. It set
Shut
all
up
new
and
records for
unmute. All right, I'm going to
tournament
give you this
attendees. We even
tonight
got
off
the
so you
key
can
to
watch
the
this
city of Las Vegas. We have more than a few good matches along the way, too.
I don't want you to
Doing
miss
good. Well,
anything. You know what I mean?
Ninja
You should
Killer,
probably
Angry Bird, and the 8 EVO 2023 champs will live on in history and highlight
I'll see you
reels.
tomorrow.
It's 2024, so it means we get to do it all over again.
Move
including
camera? Dude,
giving
there's
away free
subtitles.
Chipotle. So be
There are
sure
gonna
to
be
text
subtitles
EVO
that come up.
224 to 888-222 for the chance to win a Chipotle buy one get one. See,
Where's my
please to
phone?
watch the live stream,
Hold on.
right? So if you
Wait,
wanna
a
be good
chance
homie,
to win?
Let all of your friends know that we'll
All
be
right, let all your
streaming-
friends know.
Actually,
Hey,
we
if you
should
guys
be
like
telling them so we
Chipotle,
can
seriously
keep
do
the
this
odds
because
in
it
favor of
reflects good on their
ourselves when we
analytics.
Chipotle.
Oh, it went
You know,
away!
that's actually
Did
kinda
anybody
fair.
get the
That checks
number?
out. Now, while Chipotle and EVO will be running it back again
Did anybody
this
get the
year,
number? Shit.
There are going to be a lot of changes for EVO 24, including
888-222. What do I text?
Ticketing, a new YouTube channel,
Coney is
and of
desperate.
course, some games
What-
that are going to be on the main stage for the very,
What do
very
I
first
text?
time, including this.
Oh, I found it. Text Bree. I'm a little piggy. No. EVO
This is
222.
it.
Okay.
Tekken 8.
All right, I think I got this.
Let's grab out of there. Gets the knife from the heat.
Dude, Wait, EVO 224? Hold on. It said we didn't quite catch that.
Here, but Arslan I'm so excited.
Is it 2024? Surely it's 2024. I can't get in. I can't get my burrito. They keep saying they don't have it. You got one? Oh, we got one. Chipotle is mine.
Hello everyone.
Oh, my bad. I met these guys. Well, no, I met Michael Murray. I didn't meet Hiromu. He wasn't at the event I went to.
8になりました。みんなね、もう楽しんでくれてると思うんですけど、すごいいつもサポートありがとうございます。というわけで、
Coney lying. I am not.
ラスベガス、鉄拳8は
Go up here.
入りましたね。
初めてですね。
Thanks, Elmer.
初めてということで、皆さんおなじみのラスベガスで鉄拳8の大会開催されるので皆さんね、エントリーの方、よろしくお願いします。
My ass is not
という
signing
のと
up for Tekken.
あとはエボジャパンあるんだよね。その
But I will certainly watch it.
4月です
4
ね。
月、
はい
エボジャパンの方もできるだけ早めにエントリーしても締め切りももう
Go to EVO and show them your special
早
style.
くエントリーしてもらえればと思い
Watch
ます
my
は
style.
い。あとなんかいるのか
I go into EVO, I hit L1 on my pad.
ジャパンもそう
The
なん
audience
ですけ
goes,
ど
ooh!
鉄拳の熱意皆さん
I'm just mashing Paul
ちょっ
Punch.
と見てみたいなと
Paul
彼は
Punch!
もしかして
Paul
参
Punch!
戦するかもしれないこのベイナーで
ちょっと参戦しようかな俺も
ね
でなんかねまたエボみんな
I'll kick your
来る
ass.
とねいろいろ楽しいことあるん
The
で
audience will say it with me. It'll be so fun. It'll be so good.
そして、もう見る側としても参加するよろしくお願いします
What's your top game at EVO? Like any game ever?
ステージをねみんな楽しみに
あるといい
Do you
ね
mean like to watch?
あるといいね
It might be Street
とにか
Fighter
く皆
6.
さんエヴォで
Maybe it's just
手が
because
って
it was
はい
the
会いましょう
only fighting game that I've played like that intensely. I mean, obviously
While
Smash is
this year
good,
will
but
be
I'm trying to
Tekken
think of
8's
something other
debut
than
on
Smash.
EVO Las Vegas' main stage, our next title had a record-breaking performance at last year's EVO.
All right,
round number 1, y'all. Open the game and make some noise, EVO!
I wonder how long this is. Last year's was. They're kind of blazing through this.
Pressure from Funk. Angry Bird putting him in burnout now. Good pull right through. Wow, that was so smart there from Punk to back that. Yo,
I'm glad that Punk
putting that on my wall.
transferred from the last game to this game. Because every time that I'm gonna go down there, every time there's a new game, it's just you know, like we were just talking about. Imagine giving Street Fighter your entire life.
Goes to the knuckle.
And you just
And
can't
that'll do it.
switch.
Angry Bird, your Street Fighter 6.
Oh, am I quiet?
Evolution 2023 champion. All the way
My
through
bad,
over
I'll yell more.
7,000
The
competitors.
shut up was a joke. Can I get untimed out so I can talk?
You know what? For $5, I'll let you go.
Now, personally, I'd like to think that part of the reason
They were
why
just
Street Fighter
kidding.
is
All right,
so
welcome
is
back. You're
because
free.
of the
Thanks, Bart.
talented commentator lineup included in the game.
I hope you learned a
Talent
valuable
includes
lesson.
One of the most passionate, genuine, beloved, and not bald commentators in the FGC. It's Tasty Steve.
People always tell me, like, bro, you like everything. I'm like, one, I don't like everything. I was like, I only put my energy to the things that I like, right? Like, that's how I operate. And if I like it, then I like it, right? And it's not, and this is varying degrees of like, obviously, right? Not everything is on the same level.
Oh,
but
so
if I
not
genuinely
Coney.
enjoy
Shut
it,
up.
I'll really, really get into it. And
If
like,
I
people
ever
are like,
go
bro,
bald,
you
I'm
can't
never
do
going
that.
live again.
But a lot of people don't know.
I'm
gonna
go bald
for
privately.
multimedia game design. I want to.
Coney,
I
I think the
games.
chatter needs to go back into timeout.
And like for me, like,
Oh,
I have
really?
a
The crime,
strong
he needs to do the
appreciation for
time.
not
You think he
just
needs a little
fighting
bit more
games,
time
but
in the
just
pen?
games
Is that what you think?
in general. And my appreciation
you make a
for it
compelling
is, like,
argument.
I respect it.
I don't know.
Some athlete stuff.
I wonder if he's
I don't
learned
think
his
people
lesson.
Understand like the mental fortitude it takes to.
I need to put it
play
back in the
for long
box.
hours and have the
I'll
high
consider
level
it.
play and make proper reads and have reflexes and train yourself to do things like that.
Scheming
That, to
gorilla
me,
is
something
killing
that I feel
me.
like should always
He's
be, like,
scratching
hyped up,
his
right?
neck, too.
And,
He's
like,
like,
I like showing how much
He
fun
did
the
pay his
thing is
bail.
that
That's
I'm
a good
doing.
point.
So like I'm always going to exude that. I'm always going to exude that. I know some people are like, bro, he doesn't know. I don't do that for everything because there's a lot of stuff that I can talk smack about, but I don't because we don't waste our energy there. We stay on the cool things, the things that we like.
What
the
is
things
this
that we
for?
get excited
What is
about.
Steve? This is just Steve Says, a little fun little segment. He's really defensive. I swear I do like things. This is me whenever chat calls me a contrarian. I do like things.
EVO's new YouTube channel, EVO FGC. Be sure to subscribe because every week there's going to be new content
YouTube
dropping.
channel. I've
They
been
started
telling for
uploading
years
content a couple of weeks ago, so right now you can head over to EVO FGC.
Yeah, this
YouTube
video was
channel
very
and
good.
see the life and
So they're
times
doing the
of
thing where they
Tasty
bring
Steve,
two people together
the
for like a
best
grand
Street Fighter
finals
6
or
matches
whatever
with
and have them
Sajam,
talk
a
about what
discussion
happened in
with
that
Project
finals.
El
It's so
Devs,
good.
and a
They
video
did one for
featuring
Tekken.
EVO
It's a great
champion
video.
NRS Legend Rewind.
Love what they're doing with the
Speaking of
EVO
NRS,
YouTube,
I
very
doubt you'd be
Panda-esque.
surprised
Yeah,
when I tell you
I think that's the
next
wave.
featured game at EVO 2024 will include the thickest red spandex adorned cheeks the FGC has ever seen.
The final tournament for Mortal Kombat 11 as we usher in a new chapter of Mortal Kombat history. And that's going to be it! The breakaway
Apparently this game is struggling. I watched a couple YouTube videos about it, and pros are not into it, and online tournaments are not hitting. This game is ass. I thought when I saw the cameo system, I'm like, that seems very solved. Like, I feel like whenever you have an assist game, it will be solved faster. And maybe I'm stupid, maybe I don't have enough knowledge to talk about this, but I think that, like, even Marvel games, it's like, if you have a set assist, there's going to be an obvious, like, best way to play it. And it didn't work in the past because we didn't have the internet and YouTube
I'm
and
Tyler
shit.
Lansdowne, and on behalf of everyone here
Am
at
I wrong?
NetherRealm
I think it's
Studios,
so
we are proud
easy to
announce
just
that for the first
like
time,
figure out, oh, this is
Mortal
the best
Kombat 1
offense
will be a featured game
assist,
at
and this
EVO
is the best
2024.
defense assist. This is the
We'd
best.
like to thank all of our fans for their continued support.
I think
and
it's
we
only the
cannot
case if
wait
you have
to see you all in
assist
Vegas.
specific characters.
Last year's Mortal Kombat 11 run by Ninja Killa was incredible. And it's these kinds of storylines, pop-offs, and
If they're
moments
solely
that
assists.
define
Yeah, like,
EVO. EVO 2023
I don't
set
know. I
records
feel
for
like
the most entrants for an
it's-
open bracket tournament.
it's
and in
easily
part, it was thanks
solved
to this
that
next
way.
game that set a record for participants last
But
year.
again,
And
I
it's
feel like
back
there's
to bring
exceptions to
even
everything, and
more
maybe I'm just
chaos
talking
to
out of my
EVO
ass. I don't know.
2024.
Heaven or hell? Are you ready?
Somebody asked if I'm streaming Street Fighter when Akuma drops. No, probably not. There's like 6 good assists in Marvel 3, and Doom has 2 of them. That's the thing. I feel like the amount of viable stuff just gets limited immediately in a world where people just solve this shit so fast. Knowledge travels so quick. It's not like you're going down around the corner to play some guy at the arcade and he's beating your ass with a thing you've never seen before. Like a character like Psylocke. Who the fuck is playing Psylocke? You know what I mean? That probably took a lot of people by surprise.
皆さんこんにちは。アークシステムワークスギルティギアストライブ開発ディレクターの片野明です。ギルティギアストライブプロデューサーの
Everyone
宮
actually.
です。
That's but I mean before the meta solved itself, was anybody playing Psylocke? Before anybody knew anything about Marvel. Nobody knew that shit.
ありがとうございます。一つのタイトルでこれだけ長くメインタ
I
イト
would
ル
have thought Psylocke was made for the
ひとえ
game.
にユーザーの皆さんのおかげだと思っております。本当にありがとうございます。
エボといえば我々いつも楽しみにしていることがありますよね。
Are there more
普段見ない組み合わせ
DLC
だったり
characters
だとか、
for Guilty Gear?
現地のお客さんのすごい熱量の声援だったりだとか。
Yeah. Are
そう
we
ですね
foam starring
昨
tonight? Wait,
今の
foam
格闘
stars
ゲ
out?
ームやっぱりオンライン対戦がメインになってはきているんで
Is
すけ
that
ども
tonight?
やはりあれぐらい大規模のオフラインのイベントっていうものは参加者の皆さんの熱意であったり盛り上がりであったり交流であったり
Came out
そういったも
today.
のを我々も肌で感じることができるので本当に毎年楽しみにしてい
Let's
ま
play it
す。
tomorrow.
周りが
I don't have the
格闘ゲーマーだらけ
PS5
なん
here.
で
Let's do it
エボ
tomorrow.
の会場
Tomorrow,
だけ
for
でな
sure,
くて
for sure.
飛行機の中だとか、実際のその会場ももちろん
It's kind of fun, actually. I heard.
でも君も
I've heard
フィギュア
it's
やってる
good,
の
good.
みたいな会話とかが聞こえてきて本当になんか開発としてはすごく嬉しいですよね。
Foam Stars
そうです
bounty.
ねやっぱり
I actually have a Fall Guys bounty,
ユーザーの
not a
皆様
joke.
とこう直接触れ合って一緒に楽しめるって
I
いう
do
の
have
は
a
本当
Fall
に
Guys
この
bounty.
最
So
大
if
の
you
魅
guys
力
want
だ
to
と
do a
思っている
private
の
lobby,
で24年もね
You know what I'm
どういった戦いが繰り広げられるかは本当に今から楽
it's
しみで
half
す。
an hour. It's
我
a
々も
30-minute
今年
Fall
も
Guys bounty.
現地で一緒に盛り上げていきたいと思いますんで。
If a bounty pops, we'll go running to get that PS5.
そ
That's
して
true.
2024年4月有明で開催されるエボジャパン2024ももうエントリーが開始されているようです。
トーナメントの参加も
It's not actually
観戦も
Fall Guys.
と
It's
て
a
も楽しい
different
経験になると思い
thing
ます
that I'm
ので
promoting.
まだ
But
お
I
悩み
can
の
play
方
Fall
はぜひ
Guys, the
この機会に
finals, or
ご参加
Apex
ください。
Legends. So obvious.
それでは皆さん4月には日本有明で
Yeah.
7月には
You'll see.
ラスベガスで
お会いしましょう。レッツロック
Like you saw in the video, last year a player named Daru took
What a
third
cool
place
jacket.
in Guilty Gear Strive after winning
Actually, I
the
don't know if I
PlayStation
would wear that
Tournament's
jacket.
FTC Arcade.
It has a
Road to
naked
EVO
lady on the
2023.
back.
But he wasn't the only
Maybe
player
not.
who won a free trip to last year's EVO.
I
and
think
then
Ino
went
is
on to
such a
fight their
cool
way
character
into
design.
the top 6.
She's so
Rompus
cool.
finished 4th in Dragon Ball Fighters, and KR Wrestling Man grappled his way to 5th in Melty Blood Type Lumina. And for anybody out
She's
there
dead?
who doesn't
She's
know the
dead?
legend of EVO 2022 champion,
No, she's in
Gene,
Strive.
Do
Did she
yourself
die?
a favor and look him up. But spoiler alert, it starts with him winning a free trip
She
to
died in
EVO,
Strive.
thanks
Yeah,
to
but is she like
PlayStation
Heihachi
Tournament.
dead or M. Bison
Another
dead?
spoiler, you can win your way to EVO again this year thanks to PlayStation Tournament's FGC Arcade. We'll have more details up
M. Bison
at
dead.
evo.gg
Okay, so not
very
dead.
soon. Since
She'll
we're talking
come
about
back.
roads,
Okay.
I feel like it's appropriate
Thanks,
to send
Hybrid.
it over to the Hado to give us an update on where EVO is going to be traveling next.
All right, we hit you with the announcement during Vegas last year. And today's update is that's still where we're at. We got excited, we jumped the gun a little bit. But there's still a new EVO location coming up soon. And we'll have more details for you when they're finished cooking. In the meantime, I'm gonna get back to work on that, and Vicious is gonna let you know about the next game in the lineup.
That was
I
fast.
got you. All right,
Okay.
it's time to unbox our next.
Yeah,
featured
they
game
said
at
that
EVO
they
2024,
wanted to make a
but
new
actually, it
EVO,
might
I think
even
in the
be better
Midwest
to box it
at
up, as it did help last
EVO.
year's champion.
And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And I thought it would just be Combo Breaker. I thought it would just, be the event that Rick has run forever. But Combo Breaker at this point is EVO. Yeah, exactly. It's like basically the thing. So might as well just do that. Sunday is going to be in the Sphere. I hope so. Put my ass in that Sphere, please. I want to go to the Sphere. Please. Put that shit all around me. The Sphere is magical. It's like I'm transported to a different dimension. There's no way we could afford the Sphere. There is no possible way we're going in that Sphere. There's no way. It's not happening. $2,000 tickets.
KOF15 のチーフプロデューサーの小田康之と、プロデューサーのジョシュアです。
Hello to all of our fans around the world. So this is Chief producer on KOA 15, Oreya Suzuki, and I am producer at SNK and assistant producer on KOA 15, Joshua Weatherford.
If I ran this sphere, I'd make it super cheap so there's infinite content. You would never make your money back. Wasn't it $20 billion
KOA
to
15
make?
has been selected as a main tournament lineup for EVO 2024.
You could
And that
have
is all
events
thanks to the amazing
for
support of our fans
$50
around the
tickets
globe. So
every
please get your entries in early and
twice a
get ready
day,
to fight.
3 times a day, 4 times a day until the heat death of the universe, and you would never make your money back. It'd be over.
The game has also been selected for our EVO Japan 2024 main tournament lineup, and entries
That
are already
shit is
open for that one, so get your
expensive,
application in
man.
early.
That is in fact what the sphere is doing now. Oh yeah?
We are also happy to announce that the KOA 15 SNK World Championship Finals will be held in Los Angeles.
3月15日に最終予選を行い、その後16、17と決勝大会を
Is Seijim a ginger?
ここは詳細の情報を
I've
待って
never
ください。
noticed how red his...
So last chance qualifiers will be held on March 15th.
No?
And then the finals
He got
will
a
be held
red-ass
on March 16th
beard.
and March 17th with 32 fighters ready to
He's
battle
just
it out.
white. Okay.
また、
He's
発
got
表済みの
Irish lineage.
ガロー伝説シティオブザウルブスの方の開発も順調です。
Chroma
こちらの
keyed.
情報もご期待ください。
Scottish, maybe?
We're also hard
Okay.
at work at
I was
developing Fatal
confused.
Fury City of the Wolves, which we announced at EVO last year.
Speaking
Please
of
pay attention to
low-hanging
more info
fruit
coming
for
soon.
white guys... Bro,
はい、あ
hold
りがとうござい
on.
ました。
KOF 15 joins Street Fighter 6.
I'll wait
Tekken
for the
8,
next
and
one.
Guilty Gear Strive as a headline title for EVO Japan and EVO Las Vegas. Head on over to evojapan.gg to get your registration.
Bro, Majin Obama is here talking about EVO, and he's also holding a space in a heat with a bunch of dudes on the internet, everyone trying to burst and smash each other, sometimes raw. You're on EVO. Why? Can you change the name of that? Stop. You're supposed to put on a professional image, Mr. Obama. He's streaming. Turn that off. Turn that shit off. Chipotle is going to be outraged. I'd be mortified. I'm pulling out from EVO now.
It would absolutely make him so happy to do that for you.
But not as happy as I am that our next game is making its debut as a featured title at EVO 2024.
Ah, Melee, yeah. This is the game I know the least about. Bro, I hate being a white guy. I really do. The I'm not playing fighting games to come, bro, has the face of a school shooter. I'm just a white person. I'm just a white guy. Why do they call? Why is that always the go-to? This got 4,000 likes. It's the mullet. It's not a mullet. They said the face. The mullet is my hair. Why did they get 4,000? What did I do other than be white? So annoying. I'm so sick of me being a part of this discourse. I'm so tired of this. Let me out. I never should have tweeted that.
Hey everyone.
I am playing fighting games to come now. I was wrong. I'm switching teams.
I'm so excited that Rising has been selected as a main title
Drake?
at EVO.
Don't say Drake. Don't say
If
Drake. Not here
possible,
anymore.
I'd
Not
like
anymore.
to
Not after
attend
today.
again this
No
year.
draking.
I look forward to seeing
Internet moves implying the most fucked up things imaginable about
I
random
hope
unsuspecting
that
people.
What did I do?
enter if you can.
Other than be white.
See you in Las Vegas. And
I wouldn't
don't
even
forget
mind if
to
it was
enter
funny.
EVO Japan
I'm okay
too.
with people saying shit like that if it's funny.
Grand
It's
Blue
just such an
Fantasy
easy
versus
joke.
Rising
There's
is
not
one
even
of
a joke there.
4 games
He is
that will be
still
making its
working there.
debut as a main
Sejim
title
is
in
still
EVO
pretending to
2024.
work at
And our next
Chipotle.
title
Do you
is
see
another
this in
one
the
of those
back?
rookies.
His ass is not working. He's not cutting any chicken. He's barely working the register. I see him chatting it up. Bro is pretending. Playground? What's the last DBFZ? It's the throwback tournament, and it's Brawl. Probably Third Strike. If they're trying to do games with like history and like spectator power, which is my suspicion, you know, like Marvel is that game. Maybe Third Strike. Third Strike, I think, has a lot of casual pull. A lot of people
配信をご覧になっている皆さん
pretend to be
こんにちは
fans.
アンダーナ
But
イト
they'll
インバ
watch
ー
it
ス
if
シ
it's
リーズ
on.
のディレクターフランス版の芹沢かもねです
I can see
ア
it
ンダー
being
ナイト
Killer
インバー
Instinct.
ス2がエボジャパン2024そしてアメリカのエボ2024のメインタイトルに選ばれたこと誠にありがとうございます歴史のあるエボに選ばれたこと大変光栄に思っております誠にありがとうございます前回のエボ2023ではサプライズでアンダーナイトインバース2を世界初公開させていただきました現地では私有ブースもあり多くのプレイヤーに遊んでいただきましてそれを我々の方でも見て非常にゲーム開発の励みにさせていただきました本当にありがとうございます
I'm a tourist. I'm a tourist. I stream fighting games for a week at most. I stop by, and then I get off the boat, and then I hang out in a game, and then I get back on the boat, and I watch YouTube again. That's my experience with fighting games. I get it.
日本東京で7月にはアメリカラスベガス
Being a variety streamer is like you're a constant cruise. It's a party cruise. All the time and forever. That's what it is.
All right, so we've announced 7 of our 8 titles for EVO 2024. We still have our throwback game to announce. But before we get to that, we have to talk about a lot of the changes coming to EVO, and there are a lot. So let's get to everything you guys need to know about EVO 2024, presented by Chipotle.
This is what I care.
This year, EVO is heading to a brand new venue, the West Hall of the Las Vegas Convention Center. Now, this place is huge. It's like getting a key to the city of Las Vegas huge. And not only is there going to be more space for everything you love about EVO, there's even going to be a dedicated registration area to keep the lines shorter.
Shorter is better.
The next big change, the EVO show floor is going to be open all 3 days.
Fun cutaway.
Yep, 3 days.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Yeah, that's 3 days, Steve.
Nice.
The EVO show floor will be open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with everything that you loved from last year.
The vendor village and artist alley?
Yep.
Publisher booths?
For sure.
The Beyond the Arcade Stick Museum?
I did say everything, Steve. Plus, this year's EVO Arcade will be the largest in EVO history with an even bigger free play section as well as a BYOC area.
A bigger BYOC is always better.
EVO will also be debuting an art gallery that features works from the history of the FGC. And for the
I don't like Obama saying that made that weird. Obama saying that kind of changed. I don't know, it's something, but okay.
But just to be clear, the cosplay needs to be fighting game related in order to be a part of the contest.
So you're saying no Chipotle cosplay?
Technically, there was a burrito in Street Fighter 6, so there's also going to be a brand new dedicated stage for the EVO Showcase on Friday with panels, reveals, interviews, exhibitions, and better lighting featuring the publisher's community members. And if your favorite game didn't make it to the EVO main stage this year, don't worry. Remember, the EVO community stage is taking applications right now. So if you want to see your favorite game on an EVO stage, you gotta go to evo.gg.
Somebody better put up Melty.
You heard the man. Because this year it's 3 days of fun on the EVO show floor. With
Who
the
edited this?
Ever, the community
You
stage,
did hear me.
The cosplay contest, the EVO showcase, the new history of the FGC art gallery, publisher booths, and a bigger BYOC area.
A bigger BYOC is always better.
That means you're gonna need somewhere to stay. Don't worry, we got you. There are EVO hotel blocks available at Resorts World as well as the Westgate.
Yeah, they're both pretty nice.
I got one more big change for you all this year. We don't need a separate ticket for the arena. Right, Hado?
It's true.
Oh.
This is the first old school EVO in a while. This means that your badge is going to get you into the show floor and into the finals experience. You'll be able to go back and forth both Saturday and Sunday for every game to see it on that big stage. Walk in, watch a game, go out, check the arcade, go back into the finals
Saturday,
experience.
does that mean they have the big stage on Saturday too?
Whatever's going to close out the show. Back and forth all weekend is perfectly
like the
available
arena?
with this badge. We'll see you at EVO.
Which is great because all 8 featured games will be played on the EVO main stage. So if you want to see the finals of Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1, Guilty Gear Strive, King of Fighters 15, Grand Blue Fantasy
I would have
versus
liked more
Rising,
pictures.
Under Night In-Birth 2.
This is a lot of talking, but
relax. We haven't announced the throwback game yet.
Thanks, Obama. If you want to see all 8 featured games on the main stage, that same badge that gets you onto the show floor will also get you into the new arena experience on Saturday as well as Sunday.
It's not.
It's
not.
Be back here.
Here I am. But he will be allowed into the arena with the same badge that got him onto the show floor. Thanks for the segues, again.
You're welcome, Vicious.
Finally, if you want to buy tickets, head over to evo.gg. That is your one-stop shop to buy competitor badges.
I wonder where that is in
Vegas,
because we always just stayed at the Luxor because it's very cheap.
That's right, I see.
And that's where EVO would get us rooms.
We got you covered.
It's a bit of a hike, but it's not that far, you know, comparatively.
That was a lot.
Vegas is a big place.
There's only one more featured game here to reveal for EVO 2024, and to do it, I'd like to invite a very special guest. I'd like to invite a very special guest.
Come on. Let's go, Justin!
Yeah. It's a beautiful game. Which one? Well, probably third strike, right?
That's it.
You think it's going to be second impact?
Takes it.
Can't wait for OU finals. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the curse of these throwback events is like these are going to, this looks awful. I think, like, you're always going to be excited for it, and then the game hits, and you're like, oh, okay, this game did come out 30 years ago. Whoops. I forgot.
Ladies and
Oops.
gentlemen, Alex Baye, a round of applause.
That's how I felt watching Marvel. I saw Kane Blue River, I was like, oh, this is cool. But he got, like, what, fourth? He was the one guy in a sea of zeros. That's fun. Good for them.
That's right, Third Strike is back, baby!
It's been a long time, Justin, and first of all, thanks for joining us, but dude,
Justin has made a career out of getting clipped.
So what's it like seeing Third Strike come back?
Top level on this game sucks. Does it?
It's gonna be crazy.
I don't mind
think
watching
it's
it, but
gonna
again,
be
I'm a
personally
tourist.
the
I'm
biggest
like,
year
oh,
for Third
pretty
Strike.
colors.
Everybody's
This is
playing it
great.
so many
I
ways
like
to
this.
play at home now, and
That's
I play
it? No
so much. It's like the
multiverses?
most
That's
game
what
I've
I'm
played
saying.
since the
Thanks,
pandemic.
Bacon.
Right, so I
Thanks
feel
for the
like
gifties.
I'm personally really sharp. So is the rest of the world, and everybody just loves Third Strike. So I'm really excited what's gonna happen on stage. Who's
No
gonna be there,
Nasby?
who's gonna come?
No
who's gonna
multiverses?
represent.
No Melee?
2024 is the 20th anniversary of Moment 37.
No rivals?
And Third Strike being back at EVO, I think that makes this the year of Moment 37. I mean, that moment has had such an impact, not only on just the FGC, but on esports. All that said, when you think about Third Strike and its long history,
I wonder
at
if
EVO,
this will be
what
fun
do
to
you think
watch.
Well, you don't think about the person who won the tournament EVO 2004. You think about EVO Moment 37, and I think that's the beautiful
What I'm
part,
curious
because
about
when
is
I
how
talk
does
to other
EVO
people who are
perform
not into
without a
fighting
new
games or
game
who
out?
basically
Because,
are
you know, this one's
newcomers in
Tekken.
fighting games,
Tekken I don't think
they're
has
like,
quite the
this is the
same
reason why I
appeal
got
as
into
Street
the
Fighter
FGC.
in
This is
terms
the reason
of
why
like
I picked up a fighting game at my local game store. So I feel like without this moment, like
cultural
you might not have a
phenomenon.
lot of people playing the game right in general. So it's just beautiful to see so many people.
And even Street Fighter
still
is
loving
kinda
Third
niche.
Strike, still can appreciate it.
But like
definitely-
right now,
it's like fine wine. You know what I mean?
like
That's what it comes to
we're
Third
in
Strike.
we're in this like summer,
All right,
right?
Justin, so
Everything's
you
good.
finished
We're making
second
hay.
place
Things
in
are
Third
fine.
Strike
But
2
like
times.
these fighting games last
Is this
for
the
like
year that you finally
6,
secure
8
your 10th
years.
EVO championship, and you do it with Third Strike in EVO 2024.
What's
It's so tough
2025
'cause the
gonna be
person
like?
That beat me was Nuki. You know, him.
Obviously, people
One of the
come,
legends,
like the
one of
big
gods of
FGC
Street Fighter,
community at large,
in
and
Japan,
people who are
and
into it.
He beat me twice,
but like
man.
the casual
Literally,
experience
first
or like
place is
foot
him,
traffic
second
or
place is
whatever.
me. But I would say I'm in the best shape of my life.
Tekken is
when
gonna
it
have
comes to Third
DLC.
Strike. I love
Yeah,
playing
but I
the
mean, like
game.
DLC
I go
doesn't.
to Japan and play sets with
How
the
many
best
people did
players
you see
like
talking about Ed?
Ohio,
I ain't
Tominaga.
seen
So
nobody
I
talking
really do
about
think I
Ed.
have a good
You
shot,
know what?
but
I see
still,
people
I'm gonna
still
really try my
talking
best
about
to practice a
JP
lot
and
for Third Strike.
Amnesia. I
We
still see
appreciate
that.
it a lot, Justin. And that's about it
Ain't
for
nobody
the
talking about
2024 EVO announcement show. You know the date, you know the venue, and you know the games that are going to be played, as well as knowing how some of the people show up just a little bit too late and start asking, what did we miss? We're not going to do all that. So instead, we're going to throw it over to Tasty Steve with Steve Splains EVO 2024, presented by Chipotle.
The
Take it away,
content
Steve.
drip feed is pretty bad. I just don't know if they're pushing it enough.
Wait, first no one
in
tells me
terms
I
of
had
like
some
the Street
explaining
Fighter
to
stuff,
do,
but maybe.
And then you start the timer without telling me, it's okay. I'm a professional. Let's take it from the top.
Wait, 2
EVO
minutes?
2024 is presented by Chipotle.
Is this like a live show
Like my
after?
friend Say Jam said, it's 3 days. I repeat, the show floor is
Virtua
open
Fighter
for
6 and
3
Project L are
days,
going to
and
carry
you're gonna need all 3
2025.
of those days
If there's
because
just a
it's the
new
biggest
fighting game
EVO
from
ever.
now until the
Publisher
sun
booth.
explodes,
Art gallery
maybe.
featuring the history of the
EVO should
SEC,
be
a
fine.
bigger cosplay
Until that new
contest,
fighting game
the
is a new
biggest EVO
Melty Blood,
arcade
and
ever,
then just
and
EVO's
a
dead.
bigger BYOC
We have to give
area.
the key to the city
Bigger
back.
BYOC
Record low
is
numbers.
always better.
Of course it is, Obama. Of course it is. The EVO Showcase is back on a dedicated stage with announcements, exhibitions, interviews,
I love the
and
Tasty
more
Steve
Seth
gimmick. I
Killian.
wish more
Everybody
commentators
loves
had
Seth
gimmicks.
Killian.
I think commentators have
EVO
gimmicks.
has a new venue, the West
I think
Hall
a lot
the
of
Las
commentators
Vegas
have
Convention
gimmicks.
Center.
You just have to look
EVO
for
has
it a
gotten
little bit.
so big that we've moved to the big and tall venue for all 3
Virtua Fighter
days.
6 will be peak. Are
More
they
good
actually
news,
working on it?
your
Did that
show
get
floor
like
ticket get you into the all-new arena
revealed?
experience. This year, it's one
Leaked
ticket
or
for
whatever?
everything. You can
I
go
heard
see your
people
favorite
talking about
game
it, but
in the arena,
I haven't
go
seen
back
anything.
to the show
so.
floor, back to the arena, and end your day on the show floor if you choose. Which is great because all 8 featured
My
games
gimmick is
will have
being
the
white.
finals
Yeah,
played on the
apparently.
main stage.
My
Which
gimmick
games
is
you
being a
ask?
white guy,
I told
and
you I
everybody
got you.
projects the white guy
Tekken 8,
experience
Street Fighter
onto me.
6, Guilty Gear Strive, Mortal Kombat
It's my
1,
curse.
Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising.
I'm a loud
Uncle
white
Knight
guy
Ember
wearing
2,
a hat.
King of Fighters 15, and the return of Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Look at that, with time to spare. For you guys to finish watching me eating my burrito.
Thank you, Acacia.
Nope,
Hope I got
we're
that
good.
right.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks for watching the 2024 EVO
I thought there'd be
announcement
more
show.
there.
We'll see you all in Las Vegas for EVO 2024.
I'm a little
presented
disappointed.
by Chipotle.
I mean, like, it's just the game announcements, but I thought that they would have a little bit more, like, it was my sort of feeling or hope that EVO was, like, taking last year's momentum to expand beyond. And maybe it's all the stuff they were talking about, but didn't have pictures or videos of or whatever. But what did you expect? Maybe like a little tour of the convention center, like showing what it would be like. Maybe something like showing the finals arena. I for some reason, I don't know what I was expecting, but I thought that they would take the momentum from 6 and kind of start that as a new era or a new like have new shit and new stuff to show us, but the people who care about EVO only care about what games are there. I guess so. I think you have a huge opportunity when it comes to Street Fighter 6, the casual crowd and all the people showing up for that first year, to get them back. And it's not with competition. It's like they went to last year and they're like, wow, that was great. I want to go back, but I don't have the enticing factor of a new game. They're going to come back regardless because it's Vegas? Oh, maybe. I'm not factoring in the fact that they're in Las Vegas, which is like, that's kind of a cheat code. There's all kinds of shit to do that doesn't involve EVO, so. Are you doing anything for Capcom Cup? No! Hell no! What are you talking about? No! You think they're going to call me up? Coney, we need you to cast this. I don't even know what Aki does. I haven't seen Aki's moves at all. Poison. Yeah, I just know that she does the poison stuff. We saw you on that EVO roundtable. Yeah, when you said that the big character is slow and the small ninja character is fast, that was inspired. You really know your stuff. True. The big character, if he gets in, will do a lot of damage. Do you think Smash will make it back to EVO for the new game? Yes. Yes. If it doesn't, there has been a critical breakdown in communication between Sony and Nintendo. I don't think there's anywhere where that. It is mutually beneficial. But I don't think it'll be there year one. I think when Smash 6 drops, Nintendo does their own thing for the first year. And it's not going to be like a big thing. I think it's going to be their own small little, maybe at like a PAX or something. Like a little boo-boo baby, tiny, teams tournament or something. Items in 1v1v1, yes. And then the next year it's at EVO. They're like, all right, we did all of our marketing. That would be my guess. Yeah, Nintendo Live, yeah. That would be what I would assume. Because I think that they would want to put on an event for marketing purposes to look competitive. But then it doesn't actually have anything in it. You know. Was losing Smash a big hit for EVO? I would think so. It has to be. But I think it's also like, it's a big hit financially, but culturally, no. Because like, Smashers went to EVO a lot. It's a lot of money. Smash is a guest, though. Like, I can tell you when I was there, you could feel the difference. You know what I mean? Smash brings in foot traffic. Yeah, kind of. And hopefully people latch onto other games or get interested. Smash surely got a bunch of people into EVO. Yeah, I would assume so. Thank you, Secondary Gumby. Thanks for the 5 gifties. I think that I think losing Smash is a hit for them financially because the Smash numbers were absurd. But I think that more speaks to the fact that, like, why don't we have one of those? Like, there should be a platform fighter EVO. And I'm not the first person to say that. I don't know how it would work because platform fighters are way longer. But, like, there is a huge cultural rift between Smash games and platform fighters. And really, I guess that's true for Smash games and other platform fighters, too. Genesis is kind of that now. Maybe. Platform fighters are way too slow. Maybe make your games not slow as shit. I've been trying to tell people that. Stop doing 3 out of 5. I need smaller stages. It's 5-minute timer. Pick it the fuck up. It's called SmashCon. There's no culture for Melee, and other than Rivals, other plat fighters are dead. There's no culture for Melee? What do you mean? Melee certainly has a culture. Your video ended, let's not change anything. I mean, that's true, because I don't want to get people mad at me. I'm a caster. I'm not... I could tell you what I want to do, but I'm not running the tournaments. I'm not going to this shit. I'm watching. Smash also costs more to have at a big event. You can't have it on the PS5. You need GameCube adapters and Switches. Yeah. But what if you ran the tournament? Well, if I ran the tournament, things would be pretty different. Pretty different around here. Nobody would show up. Shut up. What if it was a regional? I'll make a regional first. So everybody, imagine flying across the country to go to the Coney tournament, and then I fucking change the rules the day of. $2,000 for a hotel and venue and all that shit. And then I just fucking... Actually, I don't want you. I don't like Smashville. I turn that off. I go... Actually, you can only pick Mario characters. I want to see Mario. Play Mario characters, please. You're playing Kazuya? Get that shit off my screen. Do you think EVO 2016 will ever be overtaken in attendance? No. Probably not. Was it 2016? That was the big one? What happened in 2016? $2023 was larger. I was going to say, I thought 2023 was bigger, but yeah. In Pokken where nobody actually showed up. Oh, nobody came to Pokken? Shocker. You put Pokemon in a fighting game. Nobody wants to see it. All right. Whichever event had 5K Street Fighter V entrants and Smash. Yeah. Fighting games are only getting more popular. I think now is the time that you have to win these people over with experiences. You need experiential stuff more than ever. And I think that's kind of what I'm saying when I was watching this. I think they need more stuff to appeal to the common man. And again, maybe Vegas is that. Maybe it's fine, but ARMS? What if it was, man? Maybe? Arms 2? You know that game sold very well. Coney, since you have 30 animated slots, can you make pho and emotes so we can use pho anywhere? How many slots do I have? Let me look. I currently have... Where did they put it? Dude, they keep moving stuff. Permissions, raids, setting, channel, featured content, moderation. What the fuck? Stream manager, bounty board. Bounty board? Dude, this dashboard is awful. Dude, they keep moving stuff. How many emote slots do I have? Dude, this is crazy. Is it in the monetization tab? Oh, that's stupid. You're kidding. Okay. I have 12 normal emotes and 41 animated emote slots. Oh my god. Holy shit, dude. I could make 7TV. I could have my very own 7TV, just me. What would you guys even want on every channel? They want 7TV dead. I mean, it's not gonna work. I think I have 1,000 7TV slots. It's always gonna win. Dude, that's crazy. I just stopped adding emotes. Because every emote that I add, the guy gets the fucking... I'm going to get canceled. I have 3 Vince emotes, and then this guy, who also did something awful. Bugs is going to be canceled next. I don't know what Magneto was up to. Jonathan Frakes was probably up to some shit. Like, everything that I try to do
Coney, since
explodes
you have
into
so many
dust.
slots, perhaps you should put Gorilla Cat in there. It has made the most money of any emote. True.
You're not allowed to true. You're not the arbiter of truth here. I am true, man. I say what is true and what is not. More tier 3 emotes? Dude, there's so... What the fuck am I gonna... I have 2 tier 3 subs, and that's not a joke. There are 2 of you that are tier 3 subs, and E-Compton, I think you're one of them. I have 2 tier 3s and 1 tier 2, I think. Let me look. Yes, I have 2 tier 3s and 6 tier 2s. Hey, whoever's giving me $10 a month, thank you. Appreciate it. How many tier 1s, though? 2,911. Never forget. Big number. Very good. Maybe add more emotes so we can go up. That's not how this works anymore. It's stupid. But we are one away from the goal. That's true. We are one away from the goal. We're about to hit it soon. I forgot to put my music back on. Not a bad presentation, I guess. I don't know. I wish there was a little bit more. I don't know what else I was looking for, but add all the dancing letters. Dude, I wish I could. Twitch won't let you add dance letters at all because I think you can probably guess why. The first person that did that letter thing was the wisest person on Twitch. Thank you, Godoy, for the 5. Iconic Godoy 5 gifties. People will spell things. They certainly will. They'll spell quite a bit of things if you let them. They can spell anything you can imagine. Thank you, Graveyard. I do want to add Unforgiven. No. That's a good one. I do want that to be posted everywhere. That one's pretty good. I will put this one on the channel. I will put this one on. That's a good one. How about Drake? You want me to add Drake as a channel emote, as if it's not on every stream already? You're kidding. Everybody has Drake. What if I just had 10 Drakes? Just like at slightly different speeds. Drake 1, Drake 2, Drake 3. Can we have undo? No. You can't have that back. That's it. Somebody sent me a cute video. Hold on, what's these? Never mind. It's gone. Nice watch, Coney. Thank you. Thanks, Chad Bentley. You sneeze so white. No, I just don't want to get it on the microphone. If I get it on the microphone, it's going to be all gross and shit. I don't want to do that. Don't add any Rabbids emotes. They're also problematic. Is this problematic? Is the implication that the rabbit is in blackface? Because the rabbits are all... The lips. Well, the lips are... Okay, the lips, yes. Okay. Like, if the rabbit is black, are there black rabbits? That's how rabbits' lips look. I'm not staying on this. I'm getting the fuck away from this. I don't want to talk about this anymore. This is stupid. Yeah, I'm actually undoing. Okay. Which one do I want to... This one? I've had this video on my list forever. I want to see it. That one? Tonight's a YouTube night, by the way. I don't know if I made that clear. We're watching YouTube. Mojo? No, Mojo's dead. We're done with Mojo. I'm not doing that anymore. There's no more Mojo ever. However, I will be playing a game tonight. Dude, this came up on my recommended. What the fuck is this? It says egg. It came out on the 3rd, and it's like a clicker game, and the pictures are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know what this is. Apparently there was an ostrich egg update today. So, that's awesome. Big day for egg fans, right? Very positive reviews. People love it. By Colbacino Games, including Escape the Glabinka and Pixel Madness. Awesome. Baseball, please. Baseball? Dude, it's an hour. Baseball? Okay, fine. Baseball. Fine. But no complaining. You promised? Did I? Did I say this? No complaining or we're starting it all over.
Never see. They have managers of the team.
If you start complaining one time, I'm turning it off.
Baseball in Japan has things that in America you will never
You're gonna
see.
be in
they
big
have
trouble.
managers of the team.
This is how Japan
being
plays
introduced
baseball.
on hovercrafts. Teams, star players being ziplined through the stadium, hundreds of feet in the air
Is he gonna go through the
before
star?
games, and even ceremonial first pitches where players kiss the person throwing the pitch, and even sometimes their own teammates.
Oh, that's
Based on
nice.
this, it's somewhat hard to believe that Japanese baseball culture is one of the most cutthroat in the world, creating some of the most disciplined athletes on earth, a system where high school coaches can make over 200 grand a year. At
What?
some schools, kids are
Why?
expected to practice 8
For
hours
what?
a day. High school tournaments are so important, players play through career-threatening injuries, and after losing,
Coney, you're in the wrong profession. Dude, I'm going to go be a baseball coach.
Expected to
What the
cry.
fuck? I'm going to go to Japan and
Students go
teach
through
kids
months
baseball.
and months
They don't
of
even have to
intense
win,
training
dude.
like this. And these
Little League Baseball, the stakes are so low, they're going to lose. Who gives a shit?
aren't even
I'll
baseball
at least
players.
make 60K.
This is the cheering section section.
I can
they
make
are
a nice,
training
comfortable
to
living.
cheer for the baseball team, who practices even harder. According to Ichiro, the training regimen he was put through as a child was so intense, he only had 5 to 6 hours to hang out with friends in an entire year. For most pitches...
Okay. I thought he was going to say week, and I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. 5 to 6 hours a week if you're trying to, like, be a professional, you know what I mean? If it's like a big deal to you and you're really trying to go at it in one of the most competitive sports in the world, maybe.
Thrown by a pitcher in MLB last season was 117. At an elite high school in Japan, pitchers were expected to throw 200 pitches every other day. Life around baseball is so strict and regimented, even professionals are expected to live in team dormitories full-time, where in some past cases, players who break curfew were even beaten by their own managers, a practice that became so common throughout all levels of baseball in Japan that in 2021, the Human Rights Watch organization had to release a report just to address it. But despite this insane dedication, only a few decades ago, an American team went to Japan and beat a team of Japanese all-stars so badly, a Japanese player said himself, quote, "We can never challenge the Americans. We're a team of little leaguers playing adults." Today,
yeah, Coney,
that
you'd
is
be a great fit for the job.
no longer
Shut
the
up.
case. In the past year,
I would be a nice coach.
Japan went
I would
undefeated.
be the Bad News Bears coach. I would take a group of ragtag miscreants like Sandlot, and I would teach them how to play with their heart.
In the World Baseball
We would win.
Classic,
And I would
winning
not
it
need
for
to
the
abuse anyone.
third time.
child
No
will be
other
abused on
country
my watch.
has won it more than once, all while getting viewership that baseball in America can't come close to. A Japanese player just became the
How
highest
watched
paid
is
baseball
baseball in
player
America?
in
People actually
history.
care?
A few weeks later,
I think people go
another
to it, but
Japanese
people don't
player
watch it at
became
home.
the highest paid pitcher in history. And in total, MLB teams have signed 6 Japanese players this offseason alone for a combined $1.13 billion. All of a sudden, Japan is taking
Cody,
over
do
a
you even
sport
know
that
anything about teaching people how to play baseball? No, but I was pretty good when I played.
America
I
has
wasn't
claimed
bad.
for over a century. All
I'm
while
still amazed that you could pick where you hit the ball. I don't like when my coaches would when I would be in the outfield and they would hit it to me. I'm like, damn, he could aim it. Aiming the ball to me is crazy. If it's going that fast and coming at me, to have the presence of mind to be able to swing at that moment is absurd. Isn't that crazy?
using training methods that many
That's
people in
nuts.
America might call child abuse. But this quote-unquote abuse also results in a level of honor and respect on the field that you won't
You
see
must have been
anywhere
bad. I
else
was
in
really
the world.
good.
Like when this catcher lost his contact in the middle of a play. Instead of keeping the game going, the entire team and even the umpires helped him look for it in the dirt. Japanese
that's
baseball culture
heartwarming.
can
That's
seem
sweet.
like a paradox. On
That's
one hand,
nice.
it's extremely regimented, traditional, and even militaristic. Other aspects of it are the complete
Cheerleaders in
opposite,
baseball?
like the ceremonial first pitches.
That's cool.
Perhaps the most infamous is the Bay Stars, who have a tradition where they invite an improv group called the Ostrich Club. The group does this dressed as gangsters, as women, as babies, or
Wait, as
themselves.
gangsters?
Does
Are they Crips here? With the blue bandana, is that what that is?
this dressed as gangsters, as women, as babies,
I don't
or
know if
themselves.
that's good.
Traditionally in Japan, a member of the team goes to the plate and
Thank you,
swings and
Unleashed,
misses
bro.
at the first pitch. But when the Ostrich Club throws it, the player always makes contact, causing a fight between the pitcher and the batter, which always ends in the two kissing each other. It's hard to imagine this ever happening in America, or even this. This is former major leaguer Tsuyoshi Shinjo, who was hired as a manager in Japan, where he had the league officially change his name to Big Boss. A former fashion designer, he created multiple custom uniforms.
I love
to fit
this
his
guy.
style.
Holy
he makes
shit.
grand entrances on cars.
This is who Kojima wishes he was.
Has his own theme song and notoriously entered 2022
That's
opening
amazing.
day on a hovercraft.
That's the
Floated
coolest shit
around
I've
the
ever
stadium
seen.
for a little.
Kojima could never be this guy. Fly into the Game Awards like this.
Landed it, then
Jeff
managed
is
the game
amazed.
moments later.
I didn't even know those existed. How is it even? Is it wind? How does it push off the ground? Is it magnets?
Hovercraft,
How does it
strange
fly?
mascot fights, cheerleaders, and bizarre skits can be deceiving because baseball in Japan is taken extremely seriously.
Fans, that shit must be loud.
It's been that way for over a century. When baseball was introduced in Japan in the
big-ass
1800s,
drone.
the word sport didn't
Holy
even
shit.
exist in Japanese. The closest thing they had were things like sumo wrestling, kendo, horseback riding, which were all extensions of military training. So unlike in America, the people who played were essentially treated as soldiers. Early baseball managers like Suishu Tobido said, quote, "If players do not try as hard as to vomit blood during practice, then they cannot hope to win games." He created a system called Shi no
relax.
Renshu, which when
Take it easy,
translated to
coach.
English means death practice, and had players field ground balls until they were, quote, half dead, motionless, and had froth coming from their mouths. In early versions of baseball in Japan,
Who
if
is
you
this
got
guy trying to impress, dude? I don't fucking. That's
smoked
so,
by a pitch,
This guy really wants somebody to think he's hardcore.
But
I think
tried
this is
to
like
get out
it's
of-
like a personal thing. He's trying to make it his thing.
the way, you didn't
the
get to
really
go to
cool
first
hardcore,
because you lacked the courage to get hit by a pitch.
Wait, what?
You didn't in Japan. If you got smoked by a pitch but tried to get out of the way, you didn't get to go to first because you lacked the courage to get hit by a pitch.
Okay. So you have to just sit there and take it? You have to stand with your chest out. Just take the hit, and you get the base. You've earned it. If I get hit in the face, I need 3 bases. I'm getting a triple for... That would be my gimmick. If I played in baseball in Japan, I would just use my face. I would try to catch it. I would get like a steel plate in my nose and like push it out to here.
According to Tobida's philosophy,
I would get triples
if
all the
players
time.
don't cry after losing a game, it means they don't care enough, which is why in Japan, you will regularly see losing players bawling their eyes out after losing, because baseball is less about having fun and more about teaching discipline, self-sacrifice, dedication, and having the fighting spirit, which results in things that to
Okay.
Americans seem absolutely insane. Like just last year, when an elite baseball school in Japan beat another school, which got 5 of their players from the school's music club 82-0. They hit 17 home runs and stole 36 bases. Yes, they stole the entire game, even stealing multiple times when winning 82-0.
Dude, come on, man. He's stealing bases. It's 82. What are you doing, man? Show a little mercy. Call the game. This is something that will inflict lifelong trauma.
They scored so much, it took 3 hours and 13
32. Well, okay, what happened in innings 3, 4, and 5? What happened here? How do you score 32, then 33, and then just plummet? What, did they just stop?
minutes to play 5 innings. The losing team was in the field so long, a player literally had a heat stroke in the middle of the game. They had no substitutions, meaning him exiting would result in a forfeit. So despite being down over 50 runs and having an actual heat stroke, he and the team decided he must tough it out to avoid a forfeit. The team would end up forfeiting in the 5th, but even while losing by 82 runs,
Forfeited anyway?
they had their pitcher throw 225 pitches.
Why?
Major league teams will rarely let their pitchers throw over 100 pitches in a game to protect their arms. This high school student threw 225 in an 82-run blowout. If this happened in America, both these coaches would have been fired. But in
Actual League of Legends game. Yeah, sorry to League Post, but this happens in League too. People just sit at the Nexus and don't end.
Japan, both
That's
teams
what-
trying their
everybody's
hardest,
hitting
despite
no to
the
the
extreme
FF vote.
skill gap, is
Every
the
time.
ultimate
It's
form
always
of
no.
respect. The losing
Just
coach said,
end it,
quote,
man.
"It was just a blessing. The players were able to play with smiles on their faces." And the comments on the video in Japanese seem positive, with people congratulating both
awesome.
teams
A
on
historic
fighting to
match,
the end
I'll
and
say.
giving it their all. In
Awesome
Japanese
work,
baseball,
guys. Good
losing
job,
this badly
everybody.
is suffering, and suffering without quitting should be celebrated. And this philosophy goes back well over a century. In the early 1900s, Japan's
Historic
most popular
match.
team
Hey, everybody did their best.
had a motto
Everybody tried
that
real
urged
hard.
players to practice until they urinated blood. Students would start training at 4 a.m., and the coach believed a team needed 2 to 3 years of practice before they were ready to play their first game.
That's Melee.
Their methods, heavily influenced by
That's the crazy
samurai
thing.
teaching, still influence youth baseball today.
You gotta
It's
play for
normal
like
for Little
a
League
year,
teams to
2
train
years before
10
you go to
hours
a major
a
and not
day
go 1-2.
every single Saturday and Sunday. According to one account from an American kid who moved to Japan, his coach would take the team to lunch, then immediately put them through an intense drill that would only end once a certain amount of players threw up their lunch. And in a famous case in 1986, an 11-year-old boy died because practice was that hard. His coach had their team do 20 160-yard dashes, a 2-mile run, another running drill where players ran full speed for several minutes trying to catch a ball tossed in the air, followed by a fielding session of 100 ground balls.
If you do this long enough, somebody's gonna die.
Players were not allowed to drink water during this.
Okay, yeah,
and
they're gonna
this
die. What the fuck?
was their
Yes.
pre-game
Yes, they died.
warm-up. The team ended up losing, so
That's
the manager
practice.
ordered
That's
a
what they called
post-game
it.
workout with 10 30-yard dashes, 10 60-yard dashes, 10 laps around the field, 10 sprints up and down the stadium stairs, and 3 60-yard dashes
Pros
to
are
wrap it
running.
up. In all, they ran an estimated 10 miles. These kids were 11 years old, and one of them tragically passed away shortly after. But taking these extreme examples and dismissing Japanese training philosophies altogether,
Bro, I'm playing video games. Fuck sports. I'm not doing this anymore. You've got to be fucking kidding me. I'm playing Fortnite.
ignores the massive
Get the
amounts
fuck
of
out of here with this baseball bullshit.
success that it's brought
You
them.
don't even run this much in an actual game? Dude, if you're 11 years old, you don't run at all in Little League. You sit in the outfield and play with bugs. You're just sitting and picking grass. That's all you're doing. You're not, like, the most active person in a Little League game is probably getting to second base. You get a hit, and then you hit it in the outfield, and the other kid doesn't catch it because he's exhausted after running 10 miles yesterday, and then it lands on the ground, and then you get to second base, and then that's it.
And to see that, all you have to do is watch this. This is a high school baseball tournament called the Summer Koshin. This is a high school baseball
What the fuck is that?
tournament
Why?
called the Summer Koshin that is so important. The Hashin Tigers, a professional baseball team, is forced to leave their home stadium for 2 weeks just so they can play it.
So
During
it's like
those
Texas
2 weeks,
with
an insane
college football, or high school football.
500,000 people come to see this tournament
Oh
live.
my
In
God,
terms of
dude.
viewership, high school baseball might be the most popular sport in Japan. In fact, the Summer Koshin has the same per capita viewership as the Super Bowl does in America.
Why?
To get to this tournament, players dedicate everything, like this kid who dislocated his shoulder, went to the dugout in agony, had his manager pop his shoulder back into place, and even while in extreme pain, ran onto the field to play. Players dedicate everything just for a chance to play in this tournament.
This is just like a show. Like, they're just showing off. Everybody's just trying. No, I'm the toughest. I'm the strongest.
Most teams
Oh, yeah, well, I'm throwing up blood. Oh, yeah, well, I killed an 11-year-old.
force their
I'm the
players to
toughest.
shave their heads.
Stop,
Elite schools
dude.
Eat, sleep, and live with their team year-round. In America, the NCAA only allows college athletes to practice 4 hours a day. In Japan, it's not uncommon for high school teams to practice 7 hours a day, as well as 12-hour practices on holidays.
Japan is so untalented. Like, if at some point, you're just bad. If you need to work this hard, if you're not winning every Olympics in every category forever, you are just not good at the thing that you're trying to do. Do they win baseball every year? They better win every sport forever. America just plays by heart, bro. I don't even know frames. I just play the game. You are right. I'm saying if you are doing all of this shit and you still can't win, you're ass, man. Play something else. They get smoked by Latin America. I know they ass is not playing for 7 hours a day. I know Latin America is not practicing that fucking much. There's no way. That's crazy. China's like Japan, but they don't even go to school. Oh my god, dude. They do? Really? Latin America just plays. They just play off heart. It's just instinct. Raw skill, yeah. Brazil clears them all. I never know what Brazil is good at. I thought Brazil was the soccer country, but I heard they got blown out by Germany. Right? Isn't that like the 7-0 thing or whatever? Yeah, they were the soccer team. Not anymore, though, right? Are they still good at soccer? You're really trying to cement the white guy gimmick. Guys, in case you forgot, I am Caucasian. Just to be clear. Just want to make that obvious to everybody here.
Elite schools, teams often have over 100 players on a team, while only 20 of them are allowed to be in the dugout, meaning
100 players on a team?
Most players go through this extreme training schedule for all 3 years of high school, and even if their team makes it to the Koshin, they just have to watch.
Okay, my bad for the thing. What? Is it this? I'm trying to charge this. Plug in your USB. Well, my headset died.
From the...
Hold on. I'm sorry. Okay. Hold on. Wait. It's in. No, it's out.
Stands.
Okay,
but this is still considered an extreme honor because making it is almost...
Let me do a different plug. I have a different... It's not a bit, dude. It's not a bit. This would be a very stupid bit. All right, I plugged it in. We're good. We're done. Okay, I think we're good.
Possible. It is a single elimination tournament, meaning it's essentially a March Madness style bracket with over 4,000 teams.
Okay, no. It's not me. It's not me. That's not me. That's not me. That's not me. It is me now. Now I'm gonna do it. Oh, I can't find the plug. Oh, there it is. Okay, now I'm done. One more time. It's kind of fun now. All right.
Teams.
Sorry,
a single loss ruins their dreams, which is why it's normal to see things like this. This player got destroyed and needed a stretcher. He refused the stretcher and came back 2 minutes later. This player got smoked in the head, was carted off the field, but refused to leave the game and still played. And this catcher got nailed in the face with a ball so hard, he knocked out multiple teeth.
Was Bro not wearing a mask?
With a ball.
Do they not wear masks?
So
Those
hard,
shits are
he
thick.
knocked out multiple teeth, stayed in the game, and hit a double a few hours later.
Yeah! Oh my god, it's not. Is it worth it, man? Is it worth it? You take it off after the pitch. Oh, I see what you mean, because it was the first. I see. Yeah. No, you're right.
To really understand how dedicated these players and schools are about this tournament, all you have to do is look at their cheering sections. They have cheer teams made up of the school's students. These teams practice throughout the year and go through intense training, just like the players do, in order to cheer better and help their school go further in the tournament.
Why is everybody showing off, man? Relax.
And just like the players, when they mess up, there are consequences.
Who is this for? Japan always be practicing. That's what I'm saying. This is what effort does to people.
They do coordinated and rehearsed chants throughout the game. Some take it so seriously that they will actually continue to cheer in the rain even when the game is in a rain delay. When a team loses, it is a sign of respect for a cheer team to conduct their final cheer at the opposing team to show their gratitude before ending their season.
Oh my god. I don't get it. I just don't understand. I don't understand. I'm sorry.
And just like the players lose.
Did he say hooray? Is that what he said? Hooray! Take this, my final cheer.
And just like the players, losing in this tournament is an extremely tragic event. It is normal and pretty much expected for players and cheer members to cry when losing, and given how much training and sacrifice is required to get there, this is understandable, but some losses are harder than others.
I guess if you train that much, you It's not like you have to cry, you just will cry, just as a function of all the time that you've wasted.
Perhaps the hardest happened in 19...
I've been punched in the handshake lineup after winning hockey games. Really? Wait, does that happen? Okay, so I used to do the handshake lineup, but I only did like Little League, where it's like good game, where everybody does the hand. Does that shit happen in like high school and collegiate? One, do people still do the good game bullshit? And two, do people like get physical? That's real? That's not surprising. I guess I never really thought about it before, but that's kind of interesting. Yeah, hockey is like more physical though, yeah. More than in professional? Oh, definitely, because you're not getting fined at that level. Or, you know. I punched a kid after he chirped me in high school basketball. In baseball, a coach took a swing at a player on my team during the handshake. What? Oh my God, dude. That's brutal. I was playing hockey and my teammate ended up punching the umpire at the end. Does hockey have umpires? I thought they were just refs. This is the same thing. Refs and linesmen. Okay.
1971, Okiato High School made it to the Koshin and were traveling.
The only time that I played sports, I was like, it was right before high school. And people aren't really fighting in middle school. And if they are, it's very easy to break them up because they're very small and they get distracted easily. I would just get some like Capri Suns and orange slices, and I was okay. Coney could not have this many athletic viewers. I think I might. Press 1 if you played team sports. I mean, a lot of people like watching these baseball videos. There has to be some level of, you know what I mean? I think a lot of people play team sports, right? I did when I was younger. Yeah, I think that's the experience. I don't play it now because I stream. 1, I'm in varsity. I was younger.
To the tournament when news broke that a fight between 2 students at the school.
Would you play pickleball every Saturday, Coney? No, but this just reminds me. I love this tweet. Pickleball! I think this is so funny. I think this tweet is so funny. I think this got 4K likes. It should have been 40K. This is such a funny tweet. I think this is so funny. Like, just imagine the zoom in here. That's so good, man. God.
School left one of the students hospitalized.
The colon ruined it. Isn't it weird how punctuation kills or saves jokes? You might be right.
Even though neither of these students were on the baseball team,
Retweet it
and
now?
no one
Why?
on the team
I'm not going to give Ellen strays now.
anything to do with it, the school decided that since such an ugly incident happened at their school, it would be shameful to have their baseball team represent them at such an honorable tournament. They withdrew the team from the tournament and had them turn around while they were already on their way, ending their dreams even though they did nothing wrong. Punishment has always been a massive part of high school baseball in Japan, and strict coaching is what made their high school baseball teams the most
Damn, look at the shoes, though.
part of high school baseball in Japan.
Bro,
And
these
strict
shoes are colorful. Look at that shit. That's beautiful.
coaching is
I like bright shoes. You got greens and yellows and reds. Those are awesome.
what made their high school baseball
pebbles
teams
in the shoe.
the
I
most
like
disciplined, respectful, and talented in the world. But when taken to extremes, it can be extremely abusive.
Okay,
Incidents like this, which surfaced in 2018, show a coach repeatedly kicking, slapping, and punching multiple members on the team.
Okay.
This was apparently punishment for their players not leaving their phones at home when they went to class. Historically, things like this
Always on
were
their
not
phones,
uncommon.
I
Leading up
guess.
to
I don't
the
know.
2021 Olympics in
Feels weird
Tokyo,
to
the
make a
Human
joke
Rights
there.
Watch organization released a 57-page report on child abuse in sports in Japan.
Oh.
In it were accounts of baseball players being hit in the face by their coaches until they bled from their faces, managers kicking players, throwing baseballs at players, and hitting them with bats.
Dude, what's going on with the parents here? Is it just a part of the culture? Like, are they indoctrinated in it too? Is it just...
Many are calling on teams in Japan to shorten practices,
so, right?
stop
Like-
corporal punishments, and make youth baseball less militaristic. In some ways it has. For example, last year's Koshin winner won it while having long hair. They were one of at least 7 teams in the tournament that did not require their players to shave their heads, which has been a universal practice forever.
Oh, that shit is militaristic. Oh my god, I didn't know that. Bros are getting buzz cuts. Holy shit.
At least 4 schools were...
Long hair? Well, you know, long hair like this. Very long. Get it cut, hippie. Trim those sideburns. Shave your head or else.
Suspended from high school play in 2023 because coaches were physically abusive while punishing players. On one hand, it shows they're cracking down on abuse, but it also shows it's still happening. This video, which surfaced recently, shows a coach dragging a player to the ground in a classroom. He was eventually fired for this, which is a sign of progress of a problem that without a doubt used to be a lot worse. In 1987, a similar incident happened when a coach hit multiple players in the head with the butt of a baseball bat, leaving them bleeding from their scalp.
Dude, the grip end fucking hurts too. Dude, the grip end is like worse.
Only was he not fired and only got a 1-year suspension. One of the players who got hit in the head said, quote, "I don't blame the manager. It was our fault." At the most elite schools, high school coaches can make up to $200,000+ a year.
Bro, $200,000 a year to beat children. What the fuck?
At some schools, they control
Who wants this job?
all aspects of players' lives, including when they eat,
Dream job? Shut
what
up.
they eat, when they sleep, and how much they practice.
Come
For
on,
pitchers,
man.
this can mean throwing up to 300 pitches a day. In America, this may be considered more abusive than hitting a player. The state of California has a law that bans pitchers from throwing over 110
that's probably
pitches
dangerous
in a
for
week.
everybody,
In
dude.
2013,
You're gonna
this
break
pitcher
your
threw
nose.
318 pitches in 2 days. He won both these games, sending his team to the Koshin, where he had so much arm pain he was given a painkiller injection. When that didn't work, he was given stimulants. He labored through the first game and won. In the second round, the pain was even worse. His velocity was only reaching 57 miles per hour, but
Pussy, 57, I can't.
he refused to quit, and
That's only as fast as a car.
obvious pain
Slow
lobbed
ass.
ball after ball over the plate. He struck out the only batter he faced and then was taken out of the game. The next year, he was only able to pitch in 2 games. He ended up going to college, where in his first 3 seasons, he wasn't able to make a single appearance due to injury. This painful video is used as an example to criticize coaches who put their young pitcher's future at risk for success at the Koshin. But years later, the pitcher puts zero blame on the coach, saying that it was his decision, and at the time he thought, quote, "I don't care about my future. Even if I can't compete in the future, I just want to play in the Koshin." This is a common mindset surrounding the tournament and has created legends in Japan.
I've never heard of the Koshin. That's unbelievable. This shit is like so important to a quarter of the world, and I will never know anything about it.
Yusei Kikuchi, who has gone on to have a major league career, first became a celebrity when he was 17 in the Koshin when he pitched.
Classic in sports animes. Oh, that's how you guys know it.
Despite having
People would chatter like, "Oh, you don't know the Koshin? You haven't read Koshin Clash by my favorite mangaka?" No.
severe back pain and a broken rib. According to
Isn't that what Blue Lock is? Isn't that the same thing?
he pitched that day thinking it would be the end of his baseball career. Before Daisuke Matsuzaka went to the Red Sox, he pitched a 148-pitch shutout in the round of 16 at the Koshin.
God.
This is more pitches than any MLB pitcher has thrown in a game all season. He followed it up by
Brainwashing cult stuff. I'm wondering, like, is there... So I know that Japan birth rates are declining, and it's like an issue over there because they're like, okay, we've got old people and we aren't making new people. Is there like a changing culture? They're not making kids, but are they nicer to kids? Like, are they? Because like I feel like that's definitely a Western thing. Like, we're a lot nicer to our kids than our parents were, and they were nicer than their parents were. Like, I don't know what's going on in Japanese culture, so I'm just curious. It's still very predominantly favored to older people. How would I know? I don't know. Some of y'all watch a lot of anime, right? I don't know. Fucking watch a lot of shonen, right?
Pitching the very next day.
I don't know. I haven't made an anime about that. Spy Family, right? Isn't that supposed to be the happy family that is supposed to be Shinzo Abe's he wanted birth rates or something? I don't fucking know. I only know what I see on Twitter.
Not only pitched.
They're German. Oh, well, what the fuck?
But pitched a 17-inning.
How do you know this? Alpha Rad.
Complete game where he
keeps telling me about these stupid anime. He told me about it during a podcast like a year ago.
250 pitches. The next day, he came into the game again, pitched the final inning, and sent his team to the finals, where 1 day later, he threw a 9-inning no-hitter to win the Koshin. In one of...
Bro, okay, if somebody is sending a 9-inning no-hitter and your team has practiced for 8 hours a day their entire fucking lives, quit. Fucking quit. Like, the thing is, all of these have two fucking people. Both teams are working very hard, and one of them just shuts you the fuck out. Like, what are you practicing for, man? Give up. Holy shit, dude. Imagine being on that pitcher's team. You have practiced. You're in the outfield. You have practiced for 9 hours a day your entire life to win, and then you never get the ball sent to you. You're just sitting in the outfield for 6 hours waiting for somebody to get a hit, but your pitcher trained really fucking hard, and he got a no-hitter. This is so stupid.
The best pitching performances in baseball
I would just be annoyed
history.
on all sides.
He threw 500 pitches,
baseball.
3 complete games, and threw 30.
When I was a senior in high school in Japan, teachers would literally beg students not to go to the Koshin out of fear of them destroying their bodies. Then their coaches would convince them anyway. Then they come back all busted up in a non-zero percentage flunk out of university due to it, and they're totally fucked. Really? Jesus, dude. Quantity over quality, though. Chatter with war stories. Jeez. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get some water. 1 second. I got to go bathroom. 1 sec. Time out. Sorry, I had to pee. Checked up on my kid, too. She's sleeping. I will never let her play baseball. True? She's going to be, well, I was going to say, she's going to do ballet. But ballet can be just as bad. Maybe gymnastics. No, gymnastics is bad, too. What's an easy sport that nobody cares about? Field hockey. She'll do field hockey. That's got to be it. Curling? Chess? Not a sport.
36 innings in
track and field? Dude, that's running. That's exhausting.
4 days. This cemented him as a legend and celebrity in Japan at 17 years old. But in terms of pitch count and wear and tear on a pitcher's arm, even that doesn't compare to the famous matchup between Masahiro Tanaka and Yuki Sato. These two met in the 2006 finals. To get there, Yuki Sato threw a complete game in the quarterfinals. The very next day, he threw a complete game in the semifinals.
Oh my god, dude. Holy shit, what a maneuver.
Quarterfinals.
Again, practice 9 hours a day for a dude to do this to you.
The very next day, he threw a complete game.
Dude, an actual 180. That is oh my god.
In the semifinals. The very next day,
look at the
he
180
threw a
on
complete
this,
game
man.
In the semifinals. The day after
I'd quit.
He faced Masahiro Tanaka's team in the finals and threw another complete game.
My ass could never play
but
baseball
this
in
one
Japan.
was 15 innings long. After 15 innings, the score was tied 1-1.
I'd play that.
According to the Koshin rules at the time, if a game went longer than 15 innings tied, the game would restart and be replayed the next day from the first inning. And even though Sato, who had just thrown 3 complete games in 3 days, the third one being 15 innings long, where he threw 165 pitches, he started the very next day. Tanaka also pitched all 9 innings for his team on 0 days rest, but in the end, in arguably the most legendary moment in Koshin history, in a 4-3 game, Sato
Coney would lose in Mario Baseball. Dude, I've been wanting to play that on Ironically Bad. I might do a series at the end of the stream, you know, when we're about to close up, where we play 1 baseball game a night. I was thinking about doing that. Just like a long, because I've wanted more like long-standing, you know, like regular segmented shit, structured stuff, you know. A-Chuck was good. Day 1 out of 365. Hey, it all begins today. Today is the day it all starts. I'll see you guys on February 5th of next year for the final day. It all starts today. Dude, I didn't even know you were doing the January gimmick. People in my chat were like, are you copying Atriac's January gimmick? I was like, what do you mean? He was like, yeah, he's streaming every day in January. I'm like, that motherfucker. Really? I didn't know that.
Struck out Tanaka to get the final out, winning the Koshin. In the end, Tanaka, who was battling the flu, threw 52 innings and 742 pitches.
Dude, quit.
In 11 days. While Sato,
the fuck is that, man?
the undisputed star of the tournament,
I'd just die. Instead of like suffering shame, I would die, I think. What was the year that you could stop assuming a different life in another part of the country? Because like before the internet, you could do that. You know what I mean? Like you could just find a different town to live in. Bro, when you rated, I did the subscribe for Platinum Kappa Gambit, you said, and made like 300 subs. Hey, it works, man. Hey, I'll tell you. That hasn't worked in here in years. But every time it's exposed to a new audience, there's a new chat. These guys are wise. They know the tricks. But new chats, oh, they love that one. Yeah. Yeah, I hope somebody got it, too. You should remind them. Across all demographics, 45% of the population say they watch baseball as compared to the 27% watching sumo. 45% watch baseball? Is that a big number? How many people watch football? Like, football is the American equivalent, right? Like, half of the country? Would you say half of the country watches football? Surely, right? Like, I didn't follow any of this Travis or Taylor bullshit, but I still see it every day in my life. People care about it. I didn't ask for it. I also saw Drake's penis today. Didn't ask for that either.
7 games in 2 weeks, through 69 innings
Just
and
showed up on my timeline.
Insane 948 pitches, the most innings and pitches thrown in the 100-plus year history of the coach.
Twitter has got me so fucked up. It's like, you're racist. You're racist. Drake's dick. You're racist. Here's Taylor Swift. You're a racist. Like, Twitter thinks that I'm the worst person that's ever existed. It's so stupid. Was it flaccid or hard? I don't know. I couldn't tell you, chatter. I saw the video, and I'm like, All right, we should stop. We're
23.
gonna stop
Sandy
talking
Alcantara
here.
threw
We're gonna
3
stop
complete
talking.
games
We're
all
done.
season.
It's done. It's
that
done.
was
We're
the
gonna
most
stop. We're
in
gonna
Major
stop.
League
We're
Baseball.
gonna stop.
Sato threw 4.
Pull it up. I'll let you be the judge. I should run a Twitch poll. Fellas, cut or uncut? What do you think? You decide.
Of them in 4 days. He became an instant celebrity. While pitching, he would constantly wipe his face with a handkerchief, earning him the nickname the Handkerchief Prince, which became such a popular nickname, it was awarded the New Word Buzzword Award, given to the term that captured the public's attention the most throughout the year.
That's going to be my gimmick. I'm going to do that. I'm going to have a handkerchief on stream. I'm going to do that.
The specific brand of
Show up to the
handkerchief
Streamer
at one
Awards, do
point
this if
were being sold for $3, but due to Sato, they were selling for $70. His opponent, Masahiro Tanaka, went on to become a star in MPB, became a success in MLB for the Yankees, and cemented himself as one of Japan's most elite pitchers. Sato wasn't
Bro
as
is mad as
successful.
hell.
He pitched 11
By
years
the way,
in elite pitchers.
For some reason, this guy's face reminded me of Aiden Ross. Did you guys see that Aiden Ross shit? I didn't even talk about it. Holy shit, dude. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. So I talked about the one thing. Did you guys not say? Okay, so we talked about the one thing. Okay, so 21 Savage, who's a rapper. I don't know how much you guys are plugged into culture or whatever. 21 Savage was on Aiden Ross's stream and cheated and fleeced him out of like $250,000, maybe more. I don't know. He basically cheated in a card game. A few days later, Playboy Carti, another rapper, showed up, took $2 million, popped up on stream for like 5 minutes, danced around a little bit, and then left. For $2 million. Oh, yeah, and it was in a bag. It was like a duffel bag full of money. He didn't actually give either of them the full money. I figure this is some kind of stupid marketing stunt anyway. Like, I don't think this is actually transpiring as is being played out, but I don't think it's too far from the truth. Like, I also don't really think that these rappers would give this guy the full experience at the time of day. I think he's playing up the money that he's giving them. I didn't know about 21 Savage. Yeah. I think it's crazy that rappers now need to go on the streamers' platforms to, like, unlock a new audience. What's going on in the music world? It's just greed. Kai gets a bunch of people. I mean, yeah, the platforms are big. It's so funny that 21 Savage he called 21 Savage after Cardi scammed him. He's fucked up, man. Not everyone can be Taylor Swift.
Sato wasn't as successful.
Coney, you should get the Mega Man song guy on your stream. I did. He was very sweet.
He pitched
Nice
11
guy.
years in MPB, battled shoulder injuries, and put up a career ERA over 4.5. Yet, he remained a household name. According to some, Sato remained in MPB.
I wonder who the cheapest famous rapper I could get on here is. Like, if I could offer them, like, $3,000 to show up and talk. Chillin'.
Despite bad performances,
Ja Rule.
just
I bet I could get an old guy. Yeah. Maybe, is Paul Wall still famous? Can I get Paul Wall? Paul Wall's not like a big deal anymore. I could get Paul Wall. Who? Perfect.
based on the
And the answer's
revenue
yes.
the team received
I'll get
from
Paul Wall.
merchandise and commercials he shot
That's
for the
exactly
team.
the answer I was
Even
looking for.
today, after retirement, he's on TV commercials and has become a commentator.
Awesome.
His gutsy performance as a 17-year-old led to notoriety that lasted his entire life. So it's
There's
no
so many battle rappers with pretty big Twitter followings you could get for 1K at the most. Bro, I'm not doing that. They're going to be so mean to me. I'm not bringing a battle rapper on here. He's going to say I look like a school shooter. It's going to hurt my feelings. Stop.
prize, players will
Be
risk
nice
their
to me.
future to pitch in this tournament, even if it seems like
Tom
child
McDonald
abuse
would
to
love you.
Americans.
I don't know what that means, but I know it's offensive. Is that guy like violently racist? Undo. Okay, he is.
2013, a
Okay.
pitcher who had a
I did-
similar
that wasn't a
performance made
compliment. I figured
headlines
that
in
wouldn't be a
America.
compliment.
Tomohiro Enraku had carried his team to the finals, pitching almost every inning of 5
That's what I
games
thought.
in
I thought
9
so.
days
Yeah.
while
We got it.
nursing fatigue and a hand injury. But in the finals, ended up losing 17-1. He lost all of his effectiveness out of nowhere, and despite the blowout, was only removed from the game after his 772nd pitch of the tournament.
Now this video is just becoming big numbers. This video is just throwing up huge numbers and me going, whoa!
This made headlines in America. A scout interviewed in One Piece said he was the #1 prospect in Japan, but after the final, his career was in jeopardy.
No way,
Yu
it says
Darvish's
800,
agent
right?
described the achievement as nothing less than child abuse. And Raku didn't pitch again for months due to injury. He made his professional debut 2 years later, where his fastball was 4 miles per hour slower than it was in high school. He has since battled injuries throughout his young career. It's easy to blame his high pitch count for the injuries and dismiss Japanese pitching methods as dangerous. However, if that was true, you'd expect to see Japanese pitchers getting hurt way more often than American pitchers, which isn't the case. The only research available on this studied an MLB organization and an MPB organization and found MLB players get injured 3.7 times more frequently than players in Japan.
Must be all that practice, bro.
The study
It's 8
also
hours a
found
day.
no...
This is a very stupid question. Please be nice to me. Okay? Please be nice to me. I'm about to ask the dumbest question you've ever heard. You know how, like, in movies... Okay. So everybody's talking about... This is so stupid. This is so stupid, but I'm going to risk it in the hopes that this has happened to one guy somewhere on the planet, and I'm vindicated. You know how, like, in movies, somebody won't be a baseball player, but they'll, like, work at, like, a pizza shop, is like, hey, throw me some tomato sauce, and they throw it really fast, and there's, like, a baseball scouter in the restaurant, and he's like, damn, have you ever thought about playing baseball? And then he goes to do it. Is there any instance of, like, a top-level professional athlete getting discovered, like in the movies? You know, like in Happy Gilmore? Name one movie. Happy Gilmore. Major League. That happens? That's real. A bunch of NFL players? Okay. I mean, well, NFL is just like, damn, that guy's big. I bet he could block the quarterback. I feel like NFL's is pretty easy. Pro wrestling? Well, yes, again, that's like, damn, that's a big person. I bet he could do it. That's how real sports work. Wait, so but baseball's different because you need technique. Like, baseball is like, you need a certain level of technique and finesse, I would think. Soccer coaches have gotten jobs because they're really good at football managers and they don't have coaching licenses. Really? Thank you, Omegfa. So is every other sport. Is there really that much technique in football? If you're a linebacker, it's just sumo. It's just positioning your feet in the right spot to block the other guy. Right? Coney, did you expect us to really make fun of you? Yes. I'm scared all the time. You're half right. Yeah, I'm saying. God, okay. Chat, shut the fuck up. I am an 8-foot linebacker. I have the largest back of any man that has ever lived. What technique do you have that will defeat me? I am 8 foot tall and weigh 600 pounds. What the fuck are you going to do about it? Try to touch my quarterback. You can't. Gun? That's illegal. I don't think that's allowed. Rolling your ankle. Okay. I'm 9 feet now. What if I'm 9 feet tall? I'm just going to keep getting taller until your physical threats don't work anymore. I continue to grow. I'll die 30 years earlier, but you will never touch my quarterback. Chop block, forearm shiver, take your fucking knees out. Okay, Ric Flair over here. He has a whole set. Forearm drag down into a headlock, into the ropes. The fuck are you talking about? I'm not letting you touch me. Taller trees fall harder. Okay, never mind. I'm 4 feet tall. I'm a 4 feet tall linebacker, but I'm dense as fuck. I'm like a planet. What are you going to do? Hurdle you? Okay, I am the exact perfect. I am 6'4" as a linebacker. I am the perfect height with no technique, but I'm extremely wide and dense. What now? 4 foot, 400 pounds. Built like a bowling ball. I'd open you like a door. Oh, Bugs Bunny in the chat. Okay. All right. Yeah, very funny. Very silly indeed. So stupid.
Significant difference in injuries between pitchers in MLB and in MPB. There is
Saw a
real
hole
reason
under
to
your
believe
feet.
that throwing more pitches,
Put on a
even
dress
at a young
and then,
age,
and then
builds more
say,
endurance
"Yoo-hoo,"
and
and
strength
then make you
and
kiss
actually
me,
protects a
and then
pitcher's
give you
arm.
dynamite.
But even in Japan, this is open for debate. The Koshin just implemented a new rule that bans pitchers from throwing more than 500 pitches in a week in order to protect them.
Why
But
live?
this is still 2 to 3 times more pitches than any major leaguer would ever throw in a week. The real danger for pitchers isn't necessarily throwing a lot of pitches. It's throwing a lot of pitches while injured, which happens all the time in the Koshin because playing in it too many is a bigger honor than even playing in the pros. But for players who do want to play in the pros, it's just as important because it's the #1 place for amateur players to get scouted and seen.
What's the best position to turn into a robot? If we have to have one AI robot player per team, would it be the pitcher? It would be. Catcher? No, it'd be pitcher. Catcher? Well, the catcher could run statistic algorithms and say, you should throw a slider. Like that. And then he would signal it to the pitcher. I'd be turning around. I'd be watching the screen too. What does he say about me? I'd be watching.
Players like Shohei Ohtani, Ichiro, Daisuke
I'm the batter,
Matsuzaka,
chat, and you're the catcher. That's you. That's what you would do.
Hideki Matsui, Yu Darvish, and many, many more had their careers jump-started at the Koshin, then went on to become
Pitching machines are a
Japan's
thing already.
biggest baseball
Yeah,
legend.
but that's like
so
for
there's
the
no
home run
surprise why
derby
high
or your
schoolers
local
will play
mini-golf
through
place.
injuries, live
And they
strict
only shoot
regiments
one
lives,
spot,
go
right?
through 7 hours of practice a
change it
day,
up.
and oftentimes endure actual physical abuse for a chance to play in it and improve their chances of going pro. But once they leave high school and do go to the
You should
pros,
throw
the
a
training
curveball.
and lifestyle there
You
is
have selected
shockingly similar.
fastball.
Warren Cromartie described playing professional baseball in Japan as, quote, serving in the Japanese Imperial Army. Charlie Manuel says the coaching was so strict and regimented, his coach was in charge of when he was able to change his socks. For Americans, professional baseball in Japan
beat his
results
ass.
in major culture shock. Just ask
I was
Rod
gonna say,
Allen,
dude,
who after being targeted by a pitch, charged the mound, but instead
That guy has never been chased in his life. Uh-oh.
of the pitcher to
Dude, imagine being a Japanese pitcher and you hit a guy with the pitch and you're like, damn, he's not getting a base. Pussy. He tried to move out of the way and then he immediately draws aggro. He's booking it at you. He's sprinting. Nobody told you that would happen. Imagine being that guy. Oh my God. Horror.
defending himself on the mound, ran away. He chased him, dodging multiple people, while the pitcher ran across the infield into the outfield, being chased by Rod Allen and dozens of other
You can
players.
have the base! You can have the base! Take your base!
The fight ended without any punches, but Rod Allen was still exhausted.
No, after you ran all that way, I bet you're not mad anymore. After all that time, I bet you're like, damn, what was I mad about?
This would probably
even
never
hurt
happen
anymore.
in America, but the major difference between professional baseball in Japan and the US is that it's probably 3 times more work. The MPB has a long history of famously strict managers. In 1977, Giants manager Tetsuhara Kawakami forbid his players' wives from requesting sex from his players so that they would be able to conserve their energy. The team
Okay, I've heard this before. I've heard this before. I've heard this before. Okay. Panda moment. Listen. I've heard this before. Okay. I don't know how true it is, but it's not a Japan-only thing. Apparently, it's like UFC, and it's boxing, and it's other stuff too. Speak on that, content creator. Apparently, it's a competition thing. Panda did this. It is alleged that Alan may have suggested it to Cody. Now, I was not in these calls. I don't know how it went. Based on my relationship with Alan, I would assume it was something that he brought up, like it's something Cody could try if he wanted to. I don't think it would have been a mandate. But hey, I wasn't there. I don't know. I think being a doctor, and I think the way that Alan was, I think he would have been like, well, there is this, like as a joke or something. Why even suggest it? I think he was just very cavalier. How do you enforce that? Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it was ever enforced. I think based on my talks with Alan, I think it probably would have been something he brought up as as a side thing or something. I don't know. But that did come up, actually. It was probably half a joke. Maybe. I don't know. It's an old idea based on old school practice of keeping testosterone levels high. I think it's a thing in combat sports, too. I do think it's a thing in UFC and boxing and stuff like that. I remember a Zayn interview where he mentioned Panda told him not to room with his girlfriend before the tournament. All right, hey, maybe the players had different mandates than I did. I never got told to do that. Maybe it's just the perks of being a commentator. I get to do whatever I want whenever I want. My wife gets to come with me on every event, and I got to do it. Hey, it's not going to make me worse. I'm going to be a better caster after I lace the pipe. You know what I mean? I'll be okay. I'll be good.
Also banned players from reading comic books in public to protect their image. The Seibu Lions had a rule that banned players from being in commercials. Tetsuo Hiroka once banned his team from drinking soda. He also didn't let his players see their girlfriends during the season because he thought it was a distraction.
It is, man. Not to say that you should be allowed to do it. It's not that you should be allowed to stop people from doing it, but it objectively is. The girlfriend debuff is real, man. I'm telling you. Not to say that it should be allowed, but it is a thing.
And put every player on a strict diet.
Girlfriends ruin League of Legends. I'm saying! Imagine practicing for 13 hours League of Legends your entire life, and then you get a girlfriend, you're like, oh, shit, this is what I've been missing? I don't want to play anymore.
Of fish,
I'm telling you.
Brown rice, tofu, and soup. He would even call his players at night to make sure they were in bed by 12 o'clock. After a disappointing season in 1984, he ordered a postseason camp that lasted 3 months. Instead of going home for the offseason, players were required to do 8 hours of drills a day.
Oh, speaking of League, I wanted to give a content creator shout out. Sorry for the League, this is the last thing. I've been watching a League content creator lately. His name is Dante Duaniel, whatever the hecker guy. Extremely funny. I hate the way he talks and I hate his voice, but extremely funny guy. He's great. He is very funny. I thought about it because the girlfriend thing, and he's on my YouTube recommended sometimes. He is very funny. He's very funny. I just don't like the way he talks. In game! He's very funny. I love him. That guy's always on my YouTube recommended. He's very funny. He is, I hate the way he speaks. He has an upward inflection, and he talks like this all the time. And I think it's just a Zoomer thing, and his mouth always sounds very wet. So it's like kind of like that. And I hate his voice, but he is so fucking funny.
600
Valorant
swings
accent? Yes.
every
I think
day,
it's just a
and pitchers were
California
made to throw 430 pitches a day.
Go look at him. Oh, look at yourself.
When they didn't do baseball, he had his players do other things.
I hate the way Esim whisper yells. Dude, Esim starting, I don't know if he still does it, but Esim used to start all of his videos with like, hey, everybody, Esim here. And then he would talk normally. So he would like start at the beginning with a whisper, and then he would talk normally after that. It was so strange.
Like swimming and Aikido. This was an infamous training camp and not normal even in Japan. However, fall camp like this, but less intense, is a thing that teams still do today. Major leaguers end their season in October, then go home until spring training in February.
Punk's voice makes me never want to play Street Fighter again. Punk's voice accentuates everything he says. It makes it so much funnier. Same with Low Tier God. like low tier God never laughing and never thinking anything is funny makes everything so much fucking funnier. Punk's voice is so funny.
Japan, players are
Low tier
expected
God's
to
voice is so fucking funny.
report
I'm
for
telling
more
you.
practice as soon as the season ends. It typically lasts a month, followed by spring training, which starts on the 1st of February. So many MPB players' off-season is just 1 month. When spring training does start, it is not relaxed like it is in MLB. It's common for MPB pitchers to do Nagakomi sessions, essentially throwing as many pitches as physically possible. In 2014, Takuma Archia threw 341 pitches in one bullpen. It's normal for players to take part in the 1000 fungo drill, a famous drill in Japan where a coach hits ground balls to a fielder until they quit, get sick, pass out, or field 1000 balls.
Until they get sick? I guess until you vomit. By get sick, I was like, do they like catch a cold?
Infielder for the
does
Giants
it go long enough for
passed
them
out
to,
doing
like,
this in
get a
2014,
virus?
requiring a cardiac massage from a
Steggles.
trainer. Spring training in Japan is about building
Baseball is not played in Australia like at all. Dude, what sports do you have? You have cricket. I was going to say Australia is fucked up because there's only 3 cities, and one is on the other side. Australia is so separated, you can't have like leagues, I feel like.
strength and mental will. Like this
Imagine being from Perth and having a sports team. Dude, have you seen this? The country of Australia has 3 cities. And most of them are on the right. There's like Melbourne, Brisbane, Sydney, whatever. Then there's Perth. Dude, Perth is like it's like a Midwestern American city. There's not shit over there. Who are you going to fight against? There's nothing here. You're not going to Alice Springs. It's ridiculous. Underdogs moment. Yeah, I went to Perth specifically to meet Z. Because that's the tournament that got me out there. So we went to Sydney, loved it there, it was great. Went to Brisbane for a little bit, it was awesome. Went to Perth, and I was like, damn, it sucks over here. It's not good over there. It's bad. Where does Bluey live? I think Melbourne. Probably. I think that's probably canon. Dude, you can't be from Perth and enjoy sports. There's nothing over here. It's crazy.
fielder who was recorded taking swings
I wanna
relentlessly
live where they do.
for hours until
Chatter, that's a cartoon.
he was on the brink of exhaustion and his hands
Sydney
were
was
covered
awesome, though. I
in
love
blisters.
Sydney.
This would
I never drove a car there, so I don't know. Ew. I never drove a car there because I was scared to drive on the other side of the road. I thought my brain would short circuit.
never happen in the US, where spring training usually consists of a few hours of instruction, then players basically left to their own devices to slowly build themselves up for a long season. In Japan, they can go through an intense 7-hour practice followed
My
by
favorite OnlyFans model is from Perth, so that's that. You didn't have to type that. You could have kept that to yourself. You did not need to voluntarily give that information. But thank you for your first time chat.
hours of studying, all enforced by the organization. Players are so used to this. When American
yeah, my
Bobby
dude.
Valentine was
Dog.
hired to manage a team in Japan and put the team through a more relaxed, American-style training camp with less running, less intensity, and more rest, the players literally revolted and held their own secret practices behind the manager's back so they revolted and held their own secret
They don't want us to play or practice more? That's it. I'm drag racing now.
practice.
I'm going to be a car.
Behind
Fuck
the
you,
manager's
coach. I'm
back
running.
so they could get more practice in. The players are used
Okay,
to
what is that?
behind
That
the
looks so
manager's
cool.
back so
What
they
is
could
this?
get more
I love this.
practice in. The
Can I learn? Is that hard to do? Can I do that?
players are used to strict regimented
track?
lives. Each team has their own dormitories where young players are
I have
required to
one?
live. They
Bro, I looked it up, and it's just treadmills.
have a dormitory director whose job it is to wake them all up
It's
at the
easy
same
and
time.
fun. I
Make
wanna
sure
do it.
they all eat. Make sure they're all eating healthy, and even is in charge of making sure they all bathe. Players live in these dormitories throughout the entire season and have to request permission every time they want to leave. They have a strict curfew that if is
Who
broken
wants to move into the Coney dormitory?
results in a fine, and in some cases even worse. Like the famous story of Tsuneno Horiyuchi. According to him, he was beaten by his legendary coach Sadahara O in a bathtub because he broke curfew too many times. Most of the players in dormitories are in the organization's minor league team, but many teams require all players to live in dorms for their first several years, no matter how good they are. Meaning,
what are the minor leagues like?
There are legitimate stars worth
curious.
millions in Japan.
Coney, here it is. Oh, hell yeah. Ultra slide. Yo! It's only $300. Can I have one? Get on the old. Oh my God, the octagon. Give me that. Bro, I'm gonna have thighs like a monster. Oh my God. I get the 10 Pro. What is this? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, you can do it together. Couples activity. I love this. Looks very fun. This shit a Hitman assassination. Oh, you can do it for your hands too? Wait. Changing the game.
Who still live in small dorm rooms, sharing a space with dozens of other minor leaguers. Most players leave the dorms as soon as possible to gain their freedom, but the most dedicated players are known to stay as long as possible. For example, Shohei Ohtani had won league MVP and was already the most famous athlete in Japan while still living in the team dormitory. Ichiro elected to live in the dorms into his 6th season, even though he was league MVP, in order to live closer to the batting cages. In one extreme case, a pitcher named Shigehi Noguchi became the
When I was
best
a translator for a sumo stable. It was the same as like a cult environment you willingly join / play to be in. You earn a private room by ranking up, paying well. It makes sense on paper, but it's pretty messed up in practice, especially when some of the guys are 16, 17, 18.
pitcher in the
When you're 16 to 18, you're like still trying to find out who you are, and you put your entire fucking existence and sense of self into this. It makes sense to like indoctrinate, you know, these people. But
organization won an MPB championship.
Dude, imagine being really shitty at sumo, but getting that big. Man, you have to devote your life to it. Imagine being a 350-pound guy who's not good at sumo, and you trained for it your whole life. Jesus.
League MVP,
Got no
an
talent.
ERA title, and had a salary of $1 million. He still voluntarily lived in the team dorm all year so he could solely focus on baseball. After his 11th year in the dorm at 28 years old, he finally left after his team strongly recommended it was time to get his own place. It's hard to imagine any star athlete in America living in dormitories, especially by choice, but in Japan, athletes are in America living in dormitories, especially by.
Is that Tekken? That's Tekken. Shaq playing Tekken? And some pinball game. I think that's Tekken. I'm 90% sure.
But in Japan, athletes are much less individualistic and are essentially seen as employees of their team. In fact, most players don't even really own their own likeness. If a player gets an endorsement, it has to be organized through their team, who has to approve it and even takes a cut. In the past, some teams have even banned their players from doing commercials because they were seen as a distraction, costing players tens of thousands of dollars. By comparison, MPB players have significantly less rights. In fact, it was illegal for professional baseball players to have their own agents until 2001. Even today, player agents have to be a licensed lawyer and are only allowed to have one baseball client. Since only having one client isn't enough to have a lucrative business, baseball agents in Japan still aren't really a thing. Holding out or even haggling management for larger contracts is frowned upon and looked at as selfish in Japan. Despite this, in the 75-year history of NPB, there has only been one player strike. The fans were so angry and players felt so guilty that during the strike, they still agreed to play games during the weekdays. while they were on strike. On days they didn't, they agreed
again,
to
you
sign
practice your
autographs
whole
at
life
the
for this.
stadium
Yeah, you're gonna
for
keep
the
playing.
entire day, and the strike only ended up lasting 2 days. On the complete opposite
love
side of the
baseball,
spectrum,
bro.
MLB players have been involved in 9 work stoppages,
Baseball
have
is
seen
great.
player
They love
salaries
it.
multiply regularly
turning
through
that shit off.
negotiations with ownership,
Holy good heavens. Dude, the average salary in MLB is $5 million.
have strong-armed the team and league to provide a ton of luxury for players, and have created one of
Dude,
the
minor
strong
league players make me so sad. We have a minor league stadium near my place, I would go there and it's great, the Bay Sox, and it just makes me sad because like they're trying, man.
strongest unions in the world, where it's actually
These poor
considered
guys,
selfish
like, I
not
don't
to
know, man.
negotiate
They make,
and do
like,
whatever you
nothing
can
at
to get the
all.
biggest
Yeah.
contract possible. So based on this individualistic mindset, which is common in America, it's no surprise that when MLB players have come to Japan, they've become some of the most hated players in the country. Just ask Kevin Schreiber, who was targeted
bet.
and hit by this pitcher 3 times. The third time, he charged
that
the
guy.
mound. The pitcher ran away all the way into the outfield. Schreiber chased him across the
God.
field,
Somebody
caught
stop
up to
him.
tackled him, then was apparently kicked in the face by the opposing manager.
like the fucking-
Upset about this,
somebody stop
Schreiber
the
went back
witch.
to the dugout,
Dude.
pretended to calm down, then
Get his
beelined
ass. Yup,
for the
he's back
manager
at
to
it.
get revenge. He pushed the catcher out of the way, but lost his balance and fell on his face.
Got his ass.
Then
Okay, we're
got
good.
kicked
We're good.
in the face by the same manager for the
right,
second
well, that
time.
was a
Historically,
glancing
foreign players
blow at
haven't necessarily been accepted, and dozens
you,
of them
Squirt
have
Arms.
stories and incidents
Thank you,
just
Yuns.
like
Thanks for
this.
Prime.
But before we get to that, a quick word from today's sponsor.
Holy 35-minute sponsor. You gotta be fucking kidding me. They are not getting their money's worth. That is crazy. Dude. Dave? Thank you, Mogu Bear. There's no way. I have a sponsor that's going up Friday for watches, Holzkern watches, and I actually like these things a lot, but it's a pre-roll, and I'm really scared because I feel like people are going to click off the video right away. Pre-roll means it is before any content. Feel free to skip it. Go for it. I get paid either way, but jeez.
Services provided by
The
Evolve,
sponsor asking for the analytics on that watch duration.
member FDIC. In MPB, teams are only allowed to have...
Is it the game show vid? No, game show vid goes up tomorrow. Friday is Infinite, the merge game. We're gonna put that one up. I think we got a lot of good clips from that. We put up a short, Infinite Craft. That's it. Yeah, we put up a short of Osama bin smashing. Wonder how that's doing.
4 foreign players.
Also, we're
at
starting a TikTok. I don't know if I told you. I was supposed to set it up today, but I didn't have time. We're starting a TikTok. It's
time.
happening.
In the past, this number was even lower. At times,
Craft
there
Stream
was
was
even
very
talk
good. I loved it. It
about
was
banning foreign players altogether. These players often get paid more than Japanese players, have agents, aren't used to the demanding practices, and depending on their status, might do their own training regimen away from the team. In the 80s, the commissioner of NPB himself said that foreigners were, quote, overpaid, underproductive, and generally annoying.
Sure,
This
yeah.
was the commissioner of
They're
the league.
Americans,
Oftentimes,
sure.
foreign players have said just as disrespectful things about Japan. Kevin Mitchell came to Japan only to quit 2 months later, saying, quote,
However, we do win. Yeah, I was going to say, don't we usually win? I mean, you're practicing all that time that hard for what?
the Japanese are dirty. I really dislike them.
Okay, I don't know about that. That was very disrespectful.
This was after he suffered a knee injury, wanted to rest,
come on.
but the team was insistent
The bro's name is O.
that he play
Oh.
through the pain. Probably hoping to return to MLB
It's
one
the
day,
O
it's
on the back.
understandable that he didn't want to
I
risk
like
further injury. But in Japan, if you're the highest paid player on the team, it's pretty disrespectful not to do everything you can to get back on the field to help them.
Yeah.
Just 7 years earlier, Shoji Murata tore his UCL, an injury that requires Tommy John and takes over a year to heal. Desperate to get back on the mound, he continued to throw 100 or more pitches. Desperate to get back on the mound, he can.
If somebody does this on the mound, you're fucked. What is this? That is the deepest stance I've ever seen. This is a star pitch. Oh my god, dude. Holy shit, man. I saw Goofy do that in a cartoon. He spun around a few times.
But
Yeah.
he continued
I think
to
I've
throw
seen that too.
100 or more pitches every single day
God,
with a
dude.
torn UCL. His arm supposedly swelled 2 to 3 times its normal size, but he continued to throw and heal his arm through sheer will. Doctors didn't know what was wrong. Trainers didn't help. He tried acupuncture, massages, and even attempted electroshock therapy. He eventually went to a remote island where he practiced Zen meditation, did extended fasts, swam in ice-cold water, tried putting hot wax on his arm to heal it, and even wrapped his arm in snakeskin that had been soaked in whiskey for 8 years, hoping it would suck out the poison.
Who told him to do that?
At one point, his arm became so deformed from throwing every day with a torn UCL, his team had to give him a cease and desist letter that forbid him from
Stop throwing the
Shoji
ball!
was apparently so embarrassed he wasn't able to pitch, he even gave his wife permission to divorce him. But after all of this,
Dude, it's fucking baseball.
Shoji met with a doctor who
Holy
suggested a
shit.
new procedure called Tommy John surgery. He became the first Japanese player to ever get the surgery, and after
Give him a bionic
827
arm.
days, he returned to the mound. At 63 years old, he could still throw 84 miles per hour.
He's got a metal arm. He's got the Metal Gear shit in there.
The complete
It's
and
not a
utter
real arm.
dedication to the team is hard to fathom for MLB players
Bro,
coming
he's
to
bionic.
Japan. According to Scott Anderson, in his first year in
Tommy
Japan,
John.
he witnessed his manager gather the entire team to watch him slap the team's shortstop in the face until he was red because he made 2 errors. Anderson was shocked. He approached the player, told him he shouldn't let the manager do that, and even offered him to take him to the police station and testify on his behalf.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. Hey, man, are you okay? You shouldn't let your coach hit you like that. Let's get you somewhere safe.
The player responded by
The player's like, huh?
saying, quote, no.
What do you mean?
It was an honor to have such a great man educate me. To say this is an extreme culture shock is an understatement. Clyde Wright says that after losing 2 straight games in Japan, his team suggested he send his wife back home to America.
You lose 2 games? Bro, we gotta talk. We gotta get her ass out of here. It's definitely your wife. It's definitely your wife. She's the problem.
In one
She's too hot. We all love her.
tragic example, Randy Bass,
We're all so distressed. Send her home.
PB legend, had to return to his home in Oklahoma in the middle of a season to take care of his son who had a brain tumor.
Oh
When
my
he
God.
did not return to Japan by the agreed upon date, fans questioned his loyalty to the team, and he was dropped from the organization. To
what the fuck?
Make matters even worse, the Tigers tasked their GM to try to get Bass to return to the team while negotiating a deal that would prevent the team from having to pay Bass's son's medical bills. When Bass turned this offer down, the general manager felt so stressed from the high expectations and embarrassed for not being able to get Bass back to Japan, he committed suicide. This is an example of how seriously Japanese culture takes the duty of being
Holy
dedicated to your
fuck,
profession.
dude.
Putting work
What?
in front of family and health is normal and even respected. So for hardcore Japanese fans, players like Bass refusing to make the same sacrifices for the team is extremely disrespectful because it means they're not taking Japanese baseball seriously and are just there to get a check. Japan has always been known as an isolationist country. In fact, in 1981, a study found that 64% of Japanese people didn't want to associate with foreigners. When Leon Lee
Didn't
came to
want to
Japan,
associate.
he was forced to sell his Mercedes because the team banned players from driving foreign cars. And a trade war and rising tensions between the US and Japan in the 80s made things even worse for American players, who often complained that despite their great numbers, it felt like the country and league were actively rooting against them. And in some cases,
shit, dude.
this was actually true. When Daryl Spencer was about
Hit
to
my theme song.
become the first foreign player to win the Triple Crown, he got walked over 20 times in a row to prevent him from hitting.
Asia is super racist. You know who's racist? Australia toward Asians. When I was in Australia, there weren't a lot of black people. There were a lot of Asian people and a lot of people being openly racist to the Asian people. Saw that a lot. I saw it, and I was in the tourist city, so I was in Sydney, but I saw that a lot. Yeah.
Another home run. He even went to the plate with his...
I think racism is a global thing. Yeah, it's not like... yeah, but it's definitely more prevalent in some places than others. I'm not saying, you know what I mean? But...
that upside down, and they still walked him to prevent him from getting the Triple Crown. For decades...
I'm just saying, like, for it to be openly so in a metropolitan area like Sydney, Australia, that was shocking to me.
Player challenged an important record, they would get this treatment. Randy Bass only needed 1 home run with 2 games left to tie the single-season home run record in Japan. Ironically, these 2 games were against a team managed by Sadaharu Oh, the man who held the record. To prevent Bass from getting a chance to tie the record, pitchers on the team were threatened with $1,000 fines for every strike they threw to Bass. He got walked 6 times in 2 games and never got the record.
That is some real hater shit. I love that. That's amazing. That's so good. Just throw the ball on the ground. Oops. It's because I throw 500 pitches a day. My arm is so tired.
In 2001, Tuffy Rhodes tied the record with 3 games left to play. He also had to play against a team managed by Saduhara Oh.
Oh, not this guy again. Uh-oh.
They attempted to walk him 4 straight times. Rhodes got mad.
Imagine you're trying to hit the ball. You're like jumping out of the box. Please. Please let me hit the ball. It is crazy to me in baseball that you can choose to not let somebody play. That's wild. You could just decide, fuck that guy. Let him walk. God, what a weird concept.
Swung anyway, grounded out twice, and never broke the record.
It's an actual XDD right there. Got his ass.
The record. The next year, Alex Cabrera was 1 homer away from tying the record with 13 games left.
Oh my God.
According to him, in his last 20 at-bats, he got 1 strike, including a game against Saduhara Oh's team where he got walked twice and got hit by a pitch.
Bro, they're all in on it. Everybody in Japan is like, fuck that guy.
While a Hawks catcher was seen smiling in
the XDD, they're being so rude.
Approval of the walk. Man. He apparently got revenge by running over a catcher while coming home and said after the game that Oh refused to let him break the record. But Saduhara Oh and others on the team maintain that the team refused to let these players challenge the record on their own against the manager's wishes. Eventually, this record was broken by a foreigner and Oh was congratulatory. In fact, many foreign players have been embraced by Japanese fans, and as time goes on, it's become more common. Randy Bass himself became a celebrity, becoming so recognizable he got paid $185,000 to shave his beard in a marketing campaign. Brad Leslie became
that's like in the early 80s or whenever that commercial looks like it was made. Holy.
Loved for his insane antics like slicing players after strikeouts, entering the mound on a golf cart, and punching his catcher as hard as possible after getting saves. He was nicknamed the Animal for his psycho behavior and even recorded a hit song in Japan. This led to decades of stardom and a game show career in Japan well after he retired.
I'm surprised Japan likes that shit. American acting foolish and crazy.
Players who failed in MLB were becoming stars in Japan, so the perception in the US was that Japanese players were significantly worse than MLB players, which made sense. America had been playing baseball for half a century longer than Japan. The US started sending teams to face Japanese teams in exhibition games in 1908. By 1955,
I just think maybe you shouldn't practice this hard, bro. Like, take it easy, you know?
The U.S. teams
maybe go on a date sometime, or climb a tree.
71-1 against the Japanese. In 1971, the Orioles faced what was considered the best Japanese team of all time and beat them 8 times in a row. In 1981, the Royals faced a Japanese all-star team while having a case of beer in the dugout and still went 9-7-1.
Oh my God, dude. I would fucking lose it. My entire life, my entire culture, and society around me have told me to practice, try so hard, and these guys are getting shit-faced in the fucking dugout and beating our ass. Actual Mango moment. Dude. Mango's just in the fucking dugout, the GOAT over there, not paying attention to the game at all and still beating my ass.
The 1984
After all my training, I tried so hard.
Orioles claim that the Japanese host actively tried to take them out after each game and get them drunk so that they would play worse the next day. They still went 8-5-1. After a team of Japanese All-Stars went 1-6 against a team of MLB All-Stars in 1986, a Japanese player said, quote, "We're a group of little leaguers playing adults. We can never
League. Oh my God, dude. That's so sad.
challenge the Americans." But however true this was at the time, it was about to change. By 1995, there hadn't been a single Japanese player in MLB in 30 years. This was due to the reserve clause, a policy that had been deemed illegal in American baseball in 1975 was still around in Japan 20 years later. It basically states that when a team drafts a player, that player is property of that team their entire career. There was no free agency, so the only way a player can play for another team was to get traded or released. No MPB team was going to release a player good enough to play in MLB, and a trade with an MLB team was impossible. So the second a player got drafted in Japan, their MLB chances were over.
Dude, that's oh, dude. So do you do it? Do you just play in Japan and just, oh my God.
Until Hideo Nomo. He was the best pitcher in Japan, and in 1994 hired an agent, which was illegal in MPB. However, this notorious agent, Dom Nomura, discovered a loophole. Nomo wanted out of Japan, but was property of the Buffaloes until he was released, traded, or retired. So in an extreme...
I love looking at pitcher stances. I don't know why. I think it is so funny.
Risky move devised by his agent, he retired at 25 years old. The move essentially prohibited Nomo from pitching in Japan ever again. Instead, he took a pay cut to sign a minor league contract with the Dodgers, a decision that caused so much backlash in Japan. His own father, who said he was embarrassing his former team, stopped talking to his son altogether. At first, Nomo was seen as an enemy for turning his back on Japan. Then, he started pitching. He shocked the world by immediately dominating the league. But what was even more shocking was the media frenzy he created. An insane 15 camera crews showed up to his press conference. Camera crews would follow him into bathrooms. His wife had to stop leaving the house altogether because the media attention was too much. Nomo was a rookie and getting 10 times the attention as anyone on the Dodgers. All of a sudden, he was a hero in Japan. The Dodgers got massive spikes in attendance every time he pitched, sold millions in Nomo merch, and even put a sushi restaurant in Dodger Stadium to adhere to the influx of Japanese fans. When he pitched in the All-Star game, 15 million people in Japan watched. That's twice the number of people who watched the MLB All-Star game this past season, just in Japan alone.
What a crazy culture shock that has to be. To be told that, like, the society, the whole, the group matters the most, and to devote your life to the good of the will of the people and, like, the larger, you know, sort of status. And then you go to America and you're just a fucking celebrity because you're good at a game. You're, like, the most famous player in the league. People have merch of you. What a weird feeling that must be. To go over there and it's like your whole life is flipped the other way. Because we're talking about the other way where Americans go to Japan, but...
Nomo led the league in strikeouts, won Rookie of the Year, finished third in Cy Young voting, and perhaps most importantly, each game he pitched was broadcasted in Japan and watched by millions. MLB realized that...
Imagine your dad stops talking to you because you didn't dedicate your life to a Japanese team and you pop off in America. Would he care after that? Does he try to hit you up after that? Coney baseball jerseys went. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. I want really light ones. Baseball jerseys are usually too heavy. I like light ones. They would just look like esports jerseys.
Japan not only had players who could...
That's a very funny gimmick. A streamer selling esports jersey merch. Nobody would buy it, but it's a funny idea.
dominate, they also had players who could bring the league millions
funny.
in revenue from the massive Japanese market. A new system was quickly implemented that allowed Japanese players to go to an MLB team as long as that MLB team paid a posting fee to the Japanese team. MLB
Make hockey sweaters. We buy any novelty shit. Dude, hockey sweaters are way too heavy. Those things are huge.
teams began paying millions to MPB teams for
Guys, how do you use Twitch? I'm only using it to watch Coney, and I don't know how this works. Hey, largest father, thanks for stopping by. So basically, here's what you want to do. What you should do is download, there's an app called 7TV. It's an extension on Chrome. Look up 7TV, just 7. Otherwise, you're not going to see these pictures. You're only going to see chats. I should probably add this to the rules. Some streamers have rules in their chat, and it's like you click on it, and I never added rules, but I might need to add that so people know what the fuck is going on. You should add 7TV, otherwise this isn't going to make sense to you. Other than that, hey, we get ads once an hour for 3 minutes. You have 36 minutes until the ads pop up. You can avoid ads by subscribing with Twitch Prime, which is a free way to subscribe by going below the stream. Can somebody show him? Can somebody help our friend out? He's brand new. Oh, wait, what happened to the camera? Why did nobody tell me? When did that happen? Come on. It's free with Twitch Prime. Can somebody show our friend here? This is for learning purposes. Can somebody subscribe with Twitch Prime to show our new chatter friend? Anybody? Nobody? Nobody at all? Anybody right here? So one person? One person. Subscribe to Twitch Prime or Tier 1. I feel so special right now. Hey, we do this with every new chatter. Strixie, see, thank you. Perfect. See, just like that. Subscribe with Twitch Prime. It's absolutely free. Thank you. I already did earlier today. Oh, then just gift. Thank you, Glass Half Wool. Thank you, Spencer. Thank you, Sebby Gebby. Yeah, see, I love that. Love that. It's so easy. Look at all the people doing it. So simple. Right there. Thank you so much for the subs. Appreciate it. See? Neat little button on the screen. Oh, yeah, there's a button on the screen. If you just hover, like, right here, it'll say subscribe. Do that. Yeah, so every time there's a new chatter, I give them the very special white glove treatment. This is what every new chatter gets every time they show up to the stream.
for their players, and the MPB...
Love how often we get, why are people sniffing me? It's like a new dog at the dog park, all weirded out, like, ugh, dude, what the fuck?
Teams happily took the massive amounts of money. By 2000, MLB went from having one Japanese player in their 100-year history
Say that you're
to
new
having
and be
8
nice, and I won't
at
call you
one time. Even having opening day in Japan to take full advantage of the new massive market. Then, the very next year, Ichiro showed up. He was not only Rookie of the Year, he was MVP of the league, was an All-Star, won a Silver Slugger and a Gold Glove. People were so confident that Japanese hitters could never have success against MLB pitchers. Commentator Rob Dibble said he would wear a G-string thong in Times Square if Ichiro won the batting title.
Bro's name is Rob Dibble.
That year, Ichiro also won the batting title, and Rob Dibble had to wear a thong. He not only became the most famous baseball player in the world, he likely became the most famous person in Japan. So famous that his own father created an Ichiro museum.
Ichiro got his 3rd hit at his 10th at-bat. He never went below 300 ever again for his entire career. Jesus. So bro figured it out. He solved it.
Next to his childhood home, which displayed a bunch of items he kept from Ichiro's childhood, including Ichiro's retainer.
Ew.
The museum was not only a hit, it's
bro's got his foot?
Ichiro's retainer. The museum was not only
Why do you need his foot? I could do with his shoe.
Hit, it still runs and operates today. Ichiro inspired an entire generation of Japanese players, and by 2008,
he's just like us.
There were 18 Japanese players in MLB, and sometimes their philosophies confused Americans, like when Ichiro reportedly passed up on $22 million worth of endorsements in one season because he thought they were a distraction to his duty of playing baseball.
I could see that. No, I could see that. If you're at the height of your career, I think it's dumb, of course. I think it's stupid. I would take the money. But if you're at the height of your career and you're trying to establish a legacy, you can do the stupid ad shit later. You could pass up on the $20 million. You would not turn down 8 figures. Oh, no, I fucking wouldn't. If Kick hits me up for 8 figures tomorrow, I'm off this fucking site. Only the most dedicated people can come with me. I'm going to fill out my contract over at Kick, and then maybe I'll come back, maybe not. I don't know. He already had a lot of money, I would assume. I mean, it's like, you already have a lot of money. You're building a legacy. And if they're asking for a lot of deliverables, like, okay, with these sponsorships, you have to, like, you know, appear in commercials and do all this other shit. Yeah, you want to focus on the game. I get that.
Hideki Matsui got injured during a game while diving for a ball, then apologized to fans for breaking his wrist. And even more perplexing to Americans,
it was risky because he could have failed. Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I would take I don't know if I'm American brained or what. Dude, there was once I was in a show, and in the show, it's funny because, you know, I used to do theater and I was an actor. And in the show, this is the hardest thing I ever had to do in terms of acting. In the show, my character was supposed to be this, like, he got offered this, like, big TV deal to, like, be a TV star in this, like, $10 million contract or whatever, and he turns it down so he can perform Shakespeare in the park for free because of the art. Dude, doing that shit pissed me off every night I was on stage. I got so fucking... Because I'm like, who the fuck would choose this? It was so pretentious, dumb bullshit. It's the lead in the show, so I have to take it very seriously. But I'm like, what the fuck kind of show is this? It was so stupid. I didn't know what the show was before I accepted. I was so annoyed. My character was like, no, this is meaningful. I need to perform because this means something. Instead of taking one season of a show for $10 million. I was so mad at that. Recite some Shakespeare, bro? I don't know. I know the big one, to be or not to be. That is the question, whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against them, and in doing so end them, to die to sleep no more. Is that it? I don't know. I don't remember the rest. I used to know the Midsummer Night's Dream ending, if we have offended or whatever that thing is, you know. He made that up. I don't know. I don't remember most of them. Something, something, something. Bro knows that, but not last night's lunch. Oh my god. Oh my god. I got a burger. Mal-made burgers. Mal-made burgers. Oh. Can you guys remember your last 2 dinners? Be honest. That shit's hard. He also made that up. My ass can't cook that shit up. I'm losing my mind. McDonald's and McDonald's.
Was when Matsui not only admitted to having a porn collection of over 50,000 movies during a press conference, but also promised to give some of them to...
Okay, I was going to say 50,000 movies. He's just like me. And then I read what was on the screen. Maybe not just like me. Oh, you guys can't see the word here. There you go. Hey, maybe not just like me. My bad. Oh, yeah, you guys couldn't see that before. Yeah, it's porn. Yeah, he had a massive porn collection.
Promised to give some of them to the writers.
Do you guys remember the first time you ever saw porn? Like, not to talk too much about this, but my dad was a yes, it sucked. Yeah, my dad was a mechanic at an auto shop, and for some reason they just had Playboys in the bathroom, like in the back rooms or whatever, and I thought a woman was injured. I'd never seen one of those before. I thought shit was bad. Like, I was like, oh my god, she's hurt. You know what I'm talking about? I was like, oh, dude, oh, Jesus. It was like open. I should not have seen that. I was like 6, 7, 8 maybe? I don't remember. But my first experience was iFunny. The new generation is being exposed to such bad shit so early. That's got to be awful. You didn't even ask for it. You're just looking at stupid PewDiePie Markiplier memes. And there's just porn. Dude, I feel bad. I saw my first porn on Daily Motion. Mine was also an old Playboy. Yeah. I think Playboys were like the discovery period for a lot of old people. Because, like, you know, you just, you know, dad has a magazine or something, or you find it somewhere or whatever. You steal one from a grocery store. Any boomer millennials here saw their first porn on Cinemax? Dude, like the Skinemax stuff where it's like softcore. Yeah. What happened to just typing boobs into Google? We didn't have Google. I didn't have Google when I was a kid. I'm old, man. Bro said Google. I had Kazaa and Napster. And I had to hope it wasn't a virus. Ask Jeeves. Jeeves was not helping you with that shit. Jeeves would turn you away.
Between Ichiro
Ask Jeeves, what is boobs? Good heavens.
Matsui and Nomo,
monocle falls into his martini.
Japan had MLB stars, but they also had MLB failures, and nobody outside of Japan
Kazaa, LimeWire. I mean, Kazaa was the big one. But
genuinely believed they had talent that came close to the skill level of America or Latin American countries. But
I think about Napster a lot. This is gonna sound weird, but like the model of the free economy, like people expecting things for free with ads, is sort of it all started there, because before it was like you get a product, you pay for the product, and then you own that product. And then people were like, oh shit, I can just get this for free. And then people came up with these models where it's like, okay, you can have streams of it or whatever, and you can do that. Or even like Steam, which kind of took that model and is like made it more accessible and easier for people, so you don't have to worry about downloading viruses or anything. You get the actual game, but you do have to pay straight up. Like, I know this sounds stupid because I'm not really explaining it right, but it was less about the money aspect back then and more about the ease of it, I think. It was just so simple. And it was fun to see corporations kind of respond to that and then build simpler solutions to getting you the content. But now we're at a point where it's too easy. Piracy is a service problem. Yeah, that Gabe shit. What Gabe said. Now it's too simple. That's because the economy was good back then. I just wonder how much of... I guess it's not that new. I was going to say how much of our current model of what we understand for entertainment is based on that understanding. But I guess it's always been around. Like, TV has always been free with ads forever. So it's not like a new thing. Now it's getting complicated with a million streaming services. Dude, it's so fucking hard to, like... I watched half of The Prestige on a plane coming back from a tournament recently. And I wanted to watch the other half, and I couldn't fucking find it. It's nowhere. Crazy. Great movie. It's so good. I love The Prestige. Have you ever seen this? Pokemon Where to Watch Movies. Hold on. Video on Netflix has the beginning Season 1 Journeys Pokemon Concierge Select Movies. Prime Video has Gold and Silver Seasons 3 through 5. Ruby and Sapphire, XY, some movies. The beginning Season 2, Diamond and Pearl, Black and White, Sun and Moon Select Movies. Hulu has X and Y and more. Roku has Sun and Moon. Black and White has Seasons 14 through 16 of Black and White. Freevee has Ruby and Sapphire Seasons 6 through 9. Hoopla has Diamond and Pearl Seasons 10 through 12 and Select Movies. YouTube has Pouty and Winds, Husui and Snow. Oh my, this is ridiculous. But you know what? God bless them for putting it all on one site. They're doing more in terms of curation than most companies. Great donkey vid on this. Really, I do not remember that. That's funny though. Oh wait, no, I did see the streaming one. I didn't see the Pokemon one, but that's funny. That's good.
But in 2006, they had a chance.
It's crazy because like the youth now don't know how to pirate stuff. They don't know uTorrent or what's the other one? The Wave one. Deluge? That's the new one. They go on TikTok. I'm fascinated by this idea that there's this curve of like, you know, Gen X, baby boomers don't know computers at all. Millennials know computers really well because they had to teach it to themselves. And then Gen Z doesn't know computers at all because they've all been iPhoned. It's Apple shit, man. It's the Apple effect on the industry, man. It's crazy. Qubit torrent is the GOAT. I use Deluge. I don't torrent anything anymore, really. So you don't want to go on tour these days. You'll hit a trap in no time. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess so. I guess it's the consolidation of like so many sites are now. Like, how many sites do people go on now? It's like Reddit, Twitter, Google, individual sites, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. But YouTube, obviously. Computer labs aren't a proper thing anymore in schools. I mean, what do you teach them? Like, it's hard to explain because, like, I don't know what you could teach. You could teach somebody file systems and content management, but every individual platform, like if somebody's in a computer lab, they're like, all right, how do I edit videos on TikTok? How do I edit videos on Instagram? How do I edit videos? Like, you got to download an app. Okay, who owns the app? What's the app going to do? Like, everything is so, technology moves so fast. How do you make a curriculum for that? It's fucked up. You need to teach them to have a WPM that's at least 50. Dude, how fast do kids type now? Actually, that's true. Because they don't really, not as many people use keyboards, right? If they're on, like, I type fast since I was, like, 14. Unironically, flaming people in games made me type faster. Because if I can be verbose and throw that shit out there quick, I can just flood somebody with the most hateful shit. My mom had a word processor when I was like 6, and I just typed nonsense, and then I learned where my fingers go, and I typed really fast, blah, blah, blah. Stop League posting. I didn't say League of Legends one time. It could have been any game. Ban that guy. I've heard the really young kids don't understand the concept of a website and only know apps. Yeah, it's again, like, so much of the internet experience is consolidated onto, like, 3 sites now. Is there a Coney Discord? Yeah, but I don't know if you want to go there. It's subs only, so subscribers only. You link it with your Discord, and it should work out. Some of that is overblown a little bit, but it is a thing. Well, people also said that, Gen Z is illiterate. I don't know if that's actually true, but maybe it's like a slight trend. It's only anecdotal. I feel like the issue that I see is the teachers are going to be the ones saying it, but a lot of the teachers are also being hyperbolic and are doing content for TikToks. So like, y'all, my kids don't know shit. My kids, I gave them a book, they ain't know 3 pages. Can't even read Hop on Pop. Like, it's like a millennial TikTok teacher doing some bullshit. Like, I don't know if they're telling the truth. Can read but can't comprehend. So I went to college for communications, and I took like a media specialty thing. And there's so many courses about understanding media and media literacy and sort of getting to the deeper meaning of things. And as I came out of college, it was fascinating because I saw the world changing around me and people taking deeper looks into tropes and understandings of what certain elements or themes of media represent. And that was around like the Anita Sarkeesian and all that shit. And then it became something where now it's like, if a movie has a sex scene, people reject it. Like, they're outright rejecting tropes. Or, like, if the characters are bad guys, they don't like the bad guys. He's like, you're not supposed to like the bad guys. The bad guys do problematic things. That's why they're bad. I don't know. It's a strange time to live, I guess. Anything related to education performance is going to be extremely down because of missed time and COVID. Bro, I keep forgetting about COVID. You're right. Every time we talk about this, I'm like, oh yeah, COVID. The thing that we all lived through for 2.5, 3 years. Oops. Kill the Justice League is bad because they kill Batman. They didn't show him respect! What was that one quote that was like, hating movies for having tropes is like hating trees for being wood? It's less about the tropes because, like, I don't like Japanese media because I don't like Japanese tropes. I think I'm not into them. So, like, I get not liking certain tropes. It's more about not recognizing that they are tropes and I don't know, rejecting them outright. I don't know how to put it.
To prove it, and it almost started a war. The first World Baseball Classic in 2006 is one of the most pivotal
Yeah, we've been
moments in
talking about the
Japanese.
Suicide Squad game a lot. I think the game looks like shit, but I do think the story is okay. I think it probably sucks at some points, but you know, whatever.
Baseball history. On paper, they were extremely outmatched. They had 2 major league players. Team USA had 30 of them.
Coney, you reek of Twitter. Get a grip. I mean, I'm only talking about, that's my only exposure to the youth, right? Like, I'm not going around and talking to high schoolers or Gen Zers. You're right. It's my exposure to a different generation. I don't know what the fuck is going on over there.
With a combined 117
You have a daughter? Bro, I can't talk to my fucking daughter. She likes Boss Baby right now. We talk about Boss Baby, and we just go back a few seconds when he says Goo Goo Gaga, and she thinks it's the funniest thing she's ever seen. We watch Boss Baby 3 times a day. I'm not having a discussion with her about Boss Baby. There's nothing to talk with about that. That's so funny. But he said Goo Goo Gaga even though he could talk. The baby's talking.
Star appearances, 6 MVP awards, and 3 Hall of Famers. But their toughest competition ended up being Korea. Centuries of conflict.
Is poop still funny? Now she says PU because I told her that poop and P are not allowed to be said. So now she says PU. But she thinks everybody thinks PU is funny. So we went to a place with a play place the other day, and she was telling the other kids PU thinking they would laugh. We have a problem now. They were like, what the fuck is this girl? What's her problem? She thought that they would laugh immediately if she was saying PU. That's her catchphrase. And, like, they were older kids because now she's into Frozen, so she's into, like, big kids, like big sisters or whatever. She wants, like, she likes, you know, she thinks bigger kids are cool, like 6 and 7 and 8-year-olds.
And political turmoil.
I thought PU would be funnier because she's not saying poop or pee, and now it's like, oh, that stinks, PU, and she thinks it's so funny, and at least people won't look at her for saying poop all the time. But now we have a different problem.
Between these 2 countries, almost guaranteed this matchup would get personal, and it did. Ichiro became public enemy #1 in Korea after previous comments about how he visited the country and said it smelled like garlic. Also saying that he wanted to beat Korea so bad they wouldn't have a chance for the next 30 years. When they matched up, Korea instantly sent a message by throwing a fastball directly at him.
Ooh.
Korea won the first game, but they played again a few days later in the next round, where once again, Korea upset Japan in what Ichiro described as, quote, the most humiliating loss of his entire life. After the game, Korea celebrated by planting a Korean flag on the mound as Ichiro looked on in complete and utter rage. Team Japan saw this as the ultimate sign of disrespect and got a chance at revenge again in the semifinal. Ichiro was booed relentlessly by Korean fans. Later,
Japan is ass at baseball. 3 ass? I've never seen that before.
And third baseman
3 of
caught
them?
a pop-up and tossed it towards Ichiro's feet. And pitcher Kim Byung-hun even nailed a Japanese batter after they hit a homer off him. Japan ended up getting their revenge. They beat Korea, went to the...
Wait a minute. How does that... Yippee! How does that work, the whole cultural thing where, like, you don't get a base if you look like you tried to get out of the way? When you go to different countries or play different teams, do they recognize that or honor that?
The final and defeated Cuba to win the first ever WBC. This final game was watched by 60 million people in Japan alone. That's more than any World Series in history, likely making it the most watched baseball game of all time, as well as perhaps the most watched sporting event in Japanese history. It was a cultural event and a legendary team. If you search the 2006 WBC in Japanese, you will see clips of this team with millions and millions of views. If you search it in English, you're gonna find basically nothing. In America, this tournament is completely forgotten. Despite the stacked roster, they finished 7th, and most people dismissed it as an exhibition that by no means proved Japanese baseball was...
In the most recent WBC, the sewer systems had problems in Japan because everybody was getting up to pee during commercial breaks. Wait. So, like, once an hour, there's just a flood going on under the city. Everyone is getting up at the same... Oh, my God.
anywhere close to
Imagine living in those sewers. Those poor rats.
American baseball.
Holy
A team with
shit.
basically no major league talent winning the tournament
Oh
felt
my
like
God.
a fluke, but 3 years later, they won it again. This time, beating the United States
Oh, we're playing
head-to-head,
the
and
theme
once
song.
again
Not
reaching
again.
viewership numbers that no baseball game in America could come close to. These players were unknown to the rest of the world and stuck in MPB, but many of them would go on to come to America and have amazing MLB careers.
I would go
on
to
top of that, at the youth level, Japan also excelled in Little League, going on to win
Tennessee? Damn, they beat their ass.
4.
Oh, I don't know if you guys can see it. You can, right? Okay, you can't see it. 2-12, dude. Bottom of the fifth, 2-12. Jesus.
Of the next
Holy
7 World
shit.
Series, but despite dominating international competition, Japan's reputation still lagged behind the United States, the Dominican Republic, and perhaps even several other Latin American countries. In 2017, there were only 8 Japanese players in MLB. This gave Americans the impression that there were only 8 Japanese players good enough to play in MLB. In reality, there were dozens. And this is why. Unlike countries in Latin America, Taiwan, and even Korea, many Japanese players can actually make more money in Japan where they are stars. In fact, NPB is the second highest attended sports league in the world. In 2019, NPB surpassed MLB in average attendance per game.
What the fuck? How? Dude, you've got to be fucking kidding. How did they beat us there? Like, if we're talking, like, raw numbers, like, gross numbers? We don't watch baseball. Dude, I don't care. We're almost triple their size. Not as many teams, easier to get to the stadium. Public infrastructure diff. Okay. We need buses. Bro is mad. Why are we losing?
They have 15 less teams.
I just think that's a crazy statistic that they beat us in raw attendance, despite having a third of the population.
400 less games a year than NBA, yet draw 5 million more fans than NBA does every single season.
I think I would be into baseball if I lived in Japan.
To put into context
Less teams would make
how
me more
massive
interested,
baseball
too.
has
There's
become
too many
in
goddamn
Japan.
teams, bro.
This past season,
I can't get invested.
32
I need more, like,
million
less
people
teams, more
watched
rivalries,
Game 7
you know what I
of the
mean?
Japan series. That's more than the average 2023 World Series game, NBA Finals game, and Stanley Cup Finals game combined. The league is so popular and important in Japan that players grew up dreaming of NPB success. Many have no desire to play in MLB at all. Ichiro's stardom and success in America had inspired an influx of Japanese talent in the 2000s, but by the late 2010s, the number of Japanese players dwindled. The ones in MLB weren't coming close to the production and star power of Ichiro. Japan was likely better at baseball than ever, but with their talent staying in NPB, there was no way for them to ever. But with their talent staying in NPB, there was no way for them to prove it against the best competition in the world.
Japan wins.
Then Shohei showed up. In Japan, Ohtani
wins.
voluntarily lived in the team dormitory even while being the most famous athlete in the country. Despite making $2.4 million a year, he gave his mother complete control of his finances and lived off an allowance of $1,000 a month. In the dorms, his rent and food were covered by the team, and
does he
all his
eat
free
enough
time
to
was
be a
taken by
professional
baseball training.
athlete?
So during this time, Ohtani spent $4,000 over a span of 2 entire years. He cared so little about money, he gave up a potential contract worth over $200 million to come to MLB in 2017, where he signed for $3.5 million.
Why?
Meaning he gave up $196 million just to come to MLB
Why?
2 years sooner. Ohtani didn't even get a driver's license until he was in his mid-20s and a national hero.
This guy cares about nothing other than baseball to a ridiculous degree. Yeah, but why come to the MLB? Why can't you play over there?
The rabid
He just got signed for $700 million to the Dodgers. Oh my God! $700 million. How long is that contract? 50 years? 10 years. Oh my God, dude. 10 years, but deferred another 10.
Japanese paparazzi has been trying to catch him with a girlfriend for years and have still yet to do so. And when he did a 10 things he couldn't live without video for GQ, they were literally all baseball or training items. Ohtani's obsessive and borderline unhealthy devotion to baseball is the epitome of Japanese baseball training philosophy.
Yeah, it's just hyperfixation.
And Ohtani quickly becoming arguably the greatest player ever proves this philosophy is extremely helpful. By 2020,
His contract is worth more than the entire Arizona Coyotes NHL team. Okay, to be honest, I'm not surprised, but I've never heard of the Arizona Coyotes NHL team. So that's the first. I didn't know they were real. I've never heard of that team, so that makes sense.
23, the world knew the greatest.
Name 5 NHL teams: Red Wings, Devils, Jersey Devils. I'm not looking at chat. Canucks, Penguins, Kings, right? Did I get it? Okay. Just start naming birds. Okay. Ducks. Forgot about the Mighty Ducks. I did see that movie. Emilio Estevez.
And most famous.
How do you not name the Ducks? I don't know.
Famous player on Earth was Japanese. What the world didn't know was that several other of the world's best players were also Japanese, but nobody outside of Japan had ever heard of them. But in the 2023
Shout out to my boy Emilio, true.
WBC, they had a chance to change.
Dude, when I was a kid, I thought Emilio Estevez was like such a big deal. I was like, wow, this guy is famous, because he was in all the stupid little bullshit kid movies I watched.
With stars like Ohtani, legends like Yu Darvish, and up-and-coming phenoms like Roki Sasaki all on the same team, this was heralded as potentially the greatest team ever assembled in Japan. But with only 3 players with any MLB experience, the rest of the world heralded Team USA and the Dominican Republic as significantly stronger. In Japan, this quickly became the most popular team of all time, with so many stronger.
Does he always swing like this? I mean, it's got to be a good stance, but like, this how he swings?
Became
no, it was a ball in the dirt. Okay, I was gonna say that's not like a normal like. Okay.
The most popular team of all time.
No, man. Well, I don't know. I think I saw a couple clips of him swinging like that, and I'm like, wow, is that normal?
With so much hype surrounding them that 36 million people watched their exhibition game. Each game during pool play was watched by at least 40% of the entire country. Their game against Korea was watched by 55 million people in Japan, and their final game in Japan was watched by over 60 million people, once again breaking the record for the most watched baseball game of all time. Then, in a matchup to win it all, they defeated the United States for another WBC title.
We lost!
The magnitude of this tournament was so big in Japan, an economist estimated that the 3-week-long tournament generated $484 million for the Japanese economy. The sheer numbers in viewership makes it hard to deny that right now, baseball is significantly more popular in Japan than it is in America.
By a lot, yes.
Not only did they
Just
beat
based on the
America in a
fucking
head-to-head
numbers.
matchup, they marched through the entire tournament going undefeated. Japan has been overlooked due to their lack of representation in the majors for decades,
I don't know what
but
kind of
now,
celebration
more
that
than
was. I didn't
ever,
like
that
I
is
didn't like
changing.
Say it? No.
Shohei Ohtani's
Okay, now let's play him in football. Drew, let's change the game. Actually, let's play football now. Do they play football?
insane star
do
power is having the exact same effect Ichiro had on Japanese players in the 2000s. The amount of Japanese players in MLB has already increased by 66% in the past 2 seasons. This offseason, Ohtani signed the biggest contract
Bring in
in
the sumos?
history. A few weeks later, his Japanese teammate, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, signed the biggest pitching contract in baseball
US is ass
history.
at football? Wait, is that true? I'm not talking about footy. I'm saying football, not footy, not soccer, not FIFA. Football. Does anybody else play football? We are the only ones who play football. Okay.
The highest paid hitter and pitcher ever are now both Japanese.
Rugby is
Kone
like
Senga
rugby. Whenever I watch rugby, it's like football, but like in a nightmare. It's like football, but everybody can kill you if they want. I don't know what's going on in it.
made the switch to MLB and dominated the National League last year. Two
Scary.
other pitchers from Team Japan also signed contracts with MLB teams this offseason, and more are coming. Roki
When I watch
Sasaki,
rugby,
who
I'm like, oh god, somebody's gonna die. They're all bald. They're like headbutting each other. They all have those stupid polo shirts with the collar.
perfect
I'm like, oh
game
god.
while striking out
It's
19
like Mutant League
batters. If
football.
that happened in MLB, it'd be considered the most dominant performance in history.
Why is K strikeout? That's stupid.
He followed it with 8 more perfect innings the next game before getting pulled. He did this
I hate
at
rugby
20 years old. Sasaki has already requested to be posted and will likely come to MLB next season. Munetaki Murakami, who sent Team Japan to the WBC final with a walk-off double, broke the single-season home run record in Japan at 22 years old. He also made his intentions to come to MLB clear and will likely come within the next 2 years.
We were making fun of that 7-hour-a-day regiment that all the children were doing for every day of their lives, and now they've grown up. Now they're all getting older. It finally paid off, yeah. We drank too much beer.
Even Japan's
got
top
cocky,
high school
bros.
prospect, Rintaro
Oh my
Sasaki, who
God.
hit a mind-blowing 140 home runs in high school, is enrolling in an American university in order to get to MLB sooner, likely becoming the first top Japanese high school prospect to skip MPB altogether. For the first time, maybe ever, MLB has become the end goal for players in Japan. Not only are more players coming to MLB, the best players in the country are doing it. In a few years, there will be more Japanese players in MLB than ever, and these players will have a chance to prove to everyone that once and for all, Japan has become the best baseball country in the world.
All you have to do is get those kids just grinding it out every day, till the fucking bone. They just have to be running 10 miles a day in practice till the end of their lives. Jesus Christ. Were we ever the best country in baseball? I think we invented it, so people thought so. False, they probably cheated against us. Man. Dominican Republic still clears. They send over a lot of people too, right? I smoked 4 joints during this video. Yeah, it was a long movie. What are we at? 3 hours? Pretty good movie. However, time to play some egg. Shall we? If my computer blows up, I'm sorry. My bad, everybody. Congrats on finishing the video. You said it was impossible. Well, we knocked it out. It's not making any sound. I thought, like, at a certain point, it was good. Oh, hold on. Let me change the category. I thought at a certain point it would something's gonna happen, you know? Nothing happens to 1 million. How do you know? Cool content, Coney. Thanks. I just thought something might happen. I'll go to 1,000. By the way, chat costs $100 to publish a game on Steam. Is that true? It's $100? Go back to Banjo-Tooie. No, this is better. Go to 10,000? Shut up. By the way, do you guys remember when I said that I closed out the lottery tab? I lied. I didn't. Hold on. Do I still have it open? I might have closed it this time. Okay, no, I actually did close it this time. I had it open today, and then I closed it out again. It doesn't matter. You didn't win anyway. You were at 18,000 years. I don't think it keeps running. I think my computer went to sleep, and then it just stopped. Why even mention it? Because I thought I had it open. Listen, you didn't win regardless. You're not going to win. Prediction. Hold on. Does something happen at 1K? All right, predictions up. I'll give you a minute. Here you go. Good luck, everybody. Coney, what's this game called? Egg. It was on my recommended for some reason. This game is highly recommended. What are you doing, Egg? This. All right. Let the predictee go. Yep, I'm letting the predictee run. Most people saying no, but I'm actually scared. Something might happen. Guys, there's an update on the store page. Yeah, this is the game. And the Steam shots are 0, 1, 2, 3. You can see it here. Now there's an ostrich egg update you can see here. Join the family-friendly Discord server. So... Coney, I bet all my points, please. It's out of my hands now. Very positive game, by the way. They like it. This game recommends 64 gigabytes of RAM. Actually going to volume down. Yeah, I would recommend it. Here we go. 1,000. Pay out the doubters. I think we all knew that. We all knew it. You were betting against hope. I get it. What are the achievements? 1 million eggs. Get 1 million eggs. That's egg. Refundies? No! Coney, can we play spell check XYZ? Oh, dude, I wanted to play this, but I couldn't find it. Hold on, let me find cars. I didn't know where it was. Press the audio button to hear the word and related information. You can make an attempt at any point, even if it interrupts the audio playback. You can make an attempt in any order. Okay. Play the daily.
Savvy, a adjective meaning having or showing perception, comprehension.
Yeah.
Posterity, a noun meaning the offspring of one progenitor. Yearn, a verb meaning to long. Abandon, a verb meaning to. Hula, a noun meaning a sinuous.
I'm sleeping.
Ostracism, A noun meaning a method of temporary.
It's weird because they're all phonetic.
Maize. A noun meaning a tall annual cereal grass, zea maize, originally domesticated in Mexico.
Like corn?
And widely grown for its large.
Okay. I was got to get. I was like, wait, you mean like a corn maze or like a corn, like the corn is the maze, or like a corn maze like at a fall festival? You know? Okay.
Carpal. A adjective meaning of or relating to the carpus. Carpulus originates from the New Latin term carpus. Carpal. A adjective meaning of or relating.
Okay.
Teak. A noun meaning a tall tropical Asian timber tree.
Yes.
Vatican. A noun meaning the papal headquarters.
Bro said papal. I can't.
Confucianism. A adjective meaning of or relating to the Chinese philosopher Confucius or his
think it's
teachings
a
or
C.
followers. Confucianism. Cozen. A verb meaning to deceive, win over, or.
Yeah.
Cladding. A noun meaning something that covers or overlays, specifically, metal coating bonded to a metal core. Cladding.
Is it
a
one D
noun
or
meaning.
two Ds? I don't know. I guess it's probably two.
Pruritus. A noun meaning itch. Derived from the Latin word prurire. Pruritus. A noun meaning itch.
Pruritus? I've never heard of that.
Encephalitis. A noun meaning inflammation of the brain.
Wait.
That is caused.
Like a cephalopod. Fuck! What did I get wrong? Oh, I did TUS. T-O-U. It's just itis. It's itis. I got everything right, but it's itis. Pruritus. There's an R in there. Cladding, two Ds. Confusion. Not confusion. I'm so stupid. I did confusion. Fuck. Practice mode. We go hard here.
Malacca. A noun meaning the often mottled, slender wood stem of an Asian rattan palm, especially Calamus rotang. Jalousie. A noun meaning a blind with adjustable horizontal slats for admitting light and air, while excluding direct. Seneschal. A noun meaning an agent or steward.
That's not it? Is that not that?
Carlisle. A geographical name meaning.
What?
Chalet. A noun meaning a remote.
Okay, I got chalet.
Foley. A noun meaning sound effects created. Appeasement. A noun meaning the act. Impenetrable. A adjective meaning. Pudibund. A adjective meaning prudish.
You made that up.
Pudibundus derives from Latin, combining
that up.
pudere meaning ashamed and bundus as in moribund. Pudibund. A adjective meaning prudish. Pudibundus derives from Latin, combining pudere meaning ashamed and bundus as in moribund. Pudibund. A adjective meaning prudish. Pudibundus derives from Latin, combining pudere meaning ashamed and bundus as in moribund. Pudibund. A adjective meaning prudish.
I got it.
Miracle. A noun meaning an extraordinary. Pasquinade. A noun meaning a lampoon posted in a public place. From Middle French, Italian pasquinata, named after a satirical Roman statue.
Is it an E or an I?
Pasquinade.
Oh my god. I think it's an E. Fuck. It's an I. I knew it was one of those. Fuck. Pudibund. I like Pudibund. I'm learning new words. This is great. I'm going to do it one more time.
Quatrefoil. A noun meaning a conventionalized representation of a flower with 4 petals.
That was too easy.
Gnomon. A noun meaning an object that by the position or length of its shadow serves as an indicator.
Fuck.
Rubefacient. A adjective meaning causing redness, as of the skin.
Oh, I got that one.
Fetlocks. A noun meaning a projection bearing a tuft of hair on the back of the leg above the hoof of a horse or similar animal.
Okay, it's...
The word
I didn't know
originates
if
from
it was
Middle...
an X or CK. I'm just doing this phonetically.
Fortuitous. A adjective meaning occurring by chance. Lassitude. A noun meaning a condition of penthesis. A noun meaning the insertion.
What? How could that be wrong?
Parchment. A noun meaning the skin. Our hermeneutics. A noun meaning the study of the methodological principles of interpretation. as of the Bible. C originates from Old English seon, also linked to Dutch zien and German sehen, are hermeneutics. A noun meaning the...
A hermeneutics. There's an E in there. Herme. I'm trying to think of... There's no way I was getting that.
Carapace. A noun...
Oh, it's an A! Fuck! I knew that. Fuck. I'll play this more tomorrow. Whatever. I'm done. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hey, video going up on the YouTube tomorrow. It's of the $1 Million Challenge. I hope you guys like it. Also, we might have a TikTok tomorrow, so you guys should join it. Thanks for watching. Fun baseball movie. Fun EVO movie, but I wish there was a little bit more. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. We'll figure it out as we go. You know what I kind of want to do tomorrow? Kind of want to watch some battle bots. E. Compton, Keen, are you guys in here? Could we do maybe some battle bot? We could go to the Reddit. Maybe we go to the Reddit and pick out some good battle bots fights. Maybe I could get the mods to come up with something. It's 1 day notice. I don't know if they'd want to do that. I'll put it in the Discord maybe. I'd be down to watch some battle bot fights. Don't forget Foam Stars. Forgot Foam Star Wednesday. True. Tomorrow, Thursday, maybe. Yeah, maybe Thursday. I don't know. We'll talk. I know it's out of nowhere, so we'll talk. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Let's go. Oh, Simply's on. What is Simply doing? What's Simply up to at 11 p.m.? He's doing some runs for fun. Go watch Simply. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.